All right. We are live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another session of the Kava podcast. You guys already know, my name is Will. I'm the host of this show, your top toko, #1 Polynesian podcast in the world. As you guys already know, live out of San Francisco on this beautiful Saturday night with this beautiful Bay Area ladies. We got some hot topics to discuss tonight. And as always, all the Kava drinkers out there, cheers. So ladies, cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
Oh, shit, sorry.
What do you guys think?
It's not bad like how you said. I was expecting like a bitter, bad taste. Yeah.
What does it taste like?
You know what? I don't know.
It tastes like dirt to me.
I mean, like clean dirt.
Clean dirt. I never heard that
Tastes like clean
description before. I'm going to start using that. It tastes like clean dirt.
Some clean dirt.
All right. We'll tap in. Let's get it. Let's have a great show for y'all.
What are we arguing about?
A man is gonna do what a man wants to do.
All on your wrist. Make you my wife, you no longer my bitch.
Let's get it. My name is Will. I'm the host of this show, the #1 Polynesian podcast in the world.
Dripping in Versace. All these other hoes trying to copy.
Women tend to bounce around in relationships. They can't stick and stay in a long-term relationship.
Again, don't agree with this. Just
So let's say, are you still in it? Are you still in it?
no. So you're basically saying I'm a whore.
This content is not suitable for the children under the age of 18 without adult supervision. Please be advised.
So I just wanted to take the time and make this video to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Love all the freaky things you do. My love was way overdue. That's when you came out the blue.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. All right, welcome back to another session of the After Dark podcast, live out of San Francisco. I really appreciate you guys. Let me know. I hear the echo from my end, but I just want to make sure that the audio quality is good from your end. So as long as the audio is good, just let me know in the live chat if the audio is good from your end. I just want to make sure everything is good for you guys. But as always, thank you so much for all my subscribers out there. People subscribe to my channel. People that always support me. Thank you so much. Don't forget, I will post. This is a public show for a lot of you guys who want to jump on and join and be part of the podcast. The link is already posted on the YouTube live chat. You got to join the locals. So, yeah, a lot of you guys want to jump on and be part of the podcast to talk directly to the ladies. Wherever you are from the world, you guys can participate. But that's going to be at the last hour of the show. So at the last hour, if you guys jump on, click on that link, become a supporting member. That's the best way to support me, be part of my local community. I post exclusive content on my locals. You have access to me, and also you get be able to participate and be part of the podcast. So if you want to donate, support my channel, a lot of you guys been supporting and following my podcast journey. That's the best way to do it. Jump on the locals, and you can join us at the last hour of the podcast, all right? But nevertheless, I appreciate you guys always watching. Let's get that live chat popping. You guys already, I see some viewership going up a little bit. Say hello in the live chat. Let me know what you guys think. If you recognize these ladies, say hello. Show some love on the live chat. All right.
Don't be shy now.
And to all my haters. But to all my haters and people that have been ninja watching the entire show, thank you. Thank you for being my biggest fan. Okay.
They're lookers and not likers.
Yes. All right. But nevertheless, appreciate you guys and all the Kava drinkers out there in the world. Cheers to you guys. We have a great bowl. We're going to have some great drinks and some great discussions with these ladies. And you guys are already going off on the live chat. All right. See you guys already. I see Brian B. I see Balofessa, BL17. Thank you so much for already watching. All right. But nevertheless, let's get the show started. Let's pass it back to the special ladies, the Bay Area ladies. So ladies, you guys, thank you so much for making the time to be part for the first time, be part of this podcast. If you don't mind, give yourself a quick introduction, your name, ethnicity, what do you do, what's your relationship status, and what are you looking for in a man? I'll start with you, Shamari.
Me first. I'm Shamari. I'm a model and personal trainer, and also work warehouse right now. My status, I am happily divorced.
Okay.
And a man. I'm not looking for a man.
Okay.
I'm good by myself.
Well, good by yourself. All right. No worries. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right.
Round of applause.
I know there's a lot of disappointed men watching this right now, but
Damn, huh?
but thank you so much, Shamari, for joining. I'll pass it to you, Rocky. Rocky, go ahead and give yourself a quick intro.
Well, everybody calls me Rocky, but my name is Raquel. And where was I supposed to?
Ethnicity.
Oh, I'm Mexican,
Mhm.
and I'm a mother and an independent esthetician. I've had a very successful business for about 7 years.
Okay.
And the mission is to find a husband.
Husband.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not currently looking, but that's what I would want.
Okay.
Yes.
So you want a husband, but you don't want him to look for you.
No, I'm not looking. I gave up on looking. We'll talk about that later.
Okay. All right. No worries. Thank you so much, Rocky. And to all the mothers out there, cheers. All right. Cheers for you
Cheers.
guys. All right. Cheers. There you go. Okay.
Clickety clack.
Look at me in my eyes.
But yeah, and I'll pass it last but not least, Tiny. Go ahead and give yourself a quick intro.
What's up, guys? I'm Tiny Tabs, but my name is Tabitha. I'm a mother of 3 great kids. Let me see. I'm a Latina. I'm a little bit spicy sometimes. I'm an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? I sell everything but the cookie. And relationship status, I'm currently going through a very long separation, divorce, whatever you want to call it, after 17, almost 18 years. Been single now for about a year now, dating here and there, you know.
And what are you looking for in a man?
Nothing specific. I'm at that age where, you know, all like the requirements. Do you work? You know, are you respectful? Do you want me and the kids? You know, but
Sounds like a husband to me.
yeah, there you go.
Okay. All right. No worries. All right, Tiny, excited. Thank you so much. Ladies, thank you so much for joining. And we're going to have a great show for you guys. And as always, thank you so much for all you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay. And of course, let's get that live chat popping. Don't forget, if you have any topics or anything you want me to read out during the live stream, drop a super chat. So if you have any topics, or you have any questions directly you want to ask for the ladies, all right. And of course, if you have anything you guys want us to discuss, ask it through a super chat donation. I'll definitely put it on the screen, give you a shout out, read it for everybody to see, and we'll definitely get the opportunity to respond to it. All right. But nevertheless, I appreciate you guys. Let's get right into the podcast. You guys already know the topic that we're going to discuss tonight. Has social media ruined dating
Sheesh.
and relationships? All right. All right. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting conversation. I do have a video we're going to play real quick. I saw this video go viral, I think, on Instagram. So let me play the video for everybody to see, and we're going to react to it. The lady is going to react to it. And then we'll give our thoughts and we'll open up the topic for you guys. And of course, as you guys watching the video as well, let me know what you guys think as you guys reacting on the live chat. All right, but let's get that live chat popping. I know there's a lot. I see the viewership are going up. I only see 3 people on the live chat. So let's get that live chat popping right now, and let's make it happen. All right, and let me play the video. And there we go.
Because of social media. Social media got these chicks thinking that they got options that they don't have. So they only fuck with niggas who got bread. The more money you got, the less you got to spend. See, women only want to deal with dudes who don't have no opinion. That's why you see a lot of these bad chicks with these goofy ass, soft ass niggas who ain't gonna challenge them on nothing, who ain't gonna ask them no questions. Any man that got his own shit taken care of, don't need their money, don't need their pussy. They don't want to deal with a nigga like that. They want a nigga that they can talk to crazy and disrespect them because they don't want no structure. They scared of real men, you feel me? Because a real man ain't gonna let them talk crazy and do all that goofy dumb shit.
So modern day men are more feminine, more than ever.
Definitely.
Bam. Okay. All right. So that was a video I saw going on social media. So obviously, there's different comments when I was reading those comments for that video. Obviously, we live in 2023. Everybody's on social media. We have dating apps. We have Instagram. People connect online. Most people are trying to meet. They meet everybody online. So it's an interesting time. It's different. Where our grandparents and parents grew up, they didn't have social media, but we have social media. So obviously, we one of the biggest things I do hear from a lot of guys is a lot of girls think that they have more options than they think they have because they get a lot of attention from men. Obviously, you can post your bodies out there, your pictures out there. You get a lot of likes from guys. So a lot of guys saying that if a girl is out there posting their bodies, and if they don't want them to post their body, they won't deal with him, but they'll go with the guy that's allowed them to post. All right, so it's a different conversation because we live in a time where it's a little more progressive now. So I want to hear what you guys think, and obviously everybody in the live chat, let me know what you guys think on the live chat as you're reacting to the video. But I want to hear what you guys think, your reaction to that video, and also what are your thoughts on about social media. Did it ruin dating relationships today? I'll start with you, Tiny.
Yeah, we're gonna get right into it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I do think that not necessarily just women, but this generation in general, I think everybody thinks that the grass is greener on the other side, right? We were literally just having this conversation. Everybody thinks that the grass is greener on the side. But in reality, if you just water your own grass, you know what I mean? You can have something beautiful. Is social media a problem? Yeah, anybody can make it a problem. It's how you use it, It's on every couple, I guess, how they use it and mistakes that they've made while having social media, I think, because if social media ain't a problem for everybody, but for some people it can be a problem.
Yeah. Okay. All right. No worries. Thank you for sharing that, Tiny. I'll pass it to you, Rocky. Rocky, what's your reaction to that video, and what are your thoughts about this social media ruin dating and relationships?
Well, my reaction to the video was I kind of agreed with a lot of the things he was saying.
Yeah.
Except the part that, saying that women think that they have all these options and stuff. I think that both women and men have a lot of options. You know what I mean? I think that there's a lot of women who like to date men that they can punk and push around or whatever. That's cool. I'm not really into that. I don't want to mess with somebody that I can punk. Do I think that social media has caused issues with relationships? Yes, but I just think it depends on the person. It's not a problem for me to, not talk to motherfuckers on social media when I'm in a relationship.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's a huge problem, but like Tabitha said, like there are people that have issues with it that just can't ignore somebody sliding in their DM or can't ignore, looking at a girl because she's prettier than the girl that you have or whatever the case may be. So I just think that it's just the person and how they choose to use it, like Tab said.
Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing that, Rocky. I'll pass it to you, Shamari. Shamari, what was your reaction to that video? And what do you think? What do you think about, and what are your general thoughts about the topic? Has social media ruined dating and relationships?
I think that the person in the video was speaking from his own traumatic experiences. And I say that because we've all had our share of relationships, experiences in life and how it affects you. And it just seems to me that maybe he hasn't healed from his, because I try not to make generalized statements against everybody. There's moral and character flaws, and that also is going to be how you choose to use social media. So if you have moral and character flaws, you're going to use that tool to satisfy your ego instead of feeding your soul. For me, I'm a model. So yeah, my body is over there. Yeah, I have to talk to people. I have to interact. And that's why I say I'm not looking for anybody, because it is very hard for a man to accept the amount of attention that I get online and the interactions that have to take place. So if I was to be with somebody, it would be somebody that would have to understand, be supportive, help me manage it. I'm very open. I would not be hiding my page or anything like that. If I'm in a committed relationship, it would be there. I mean, it wouldn't be all over my business page, but it wouldn't be a secret at the same time. So I think it's all in the people, how you choose to use it. And when it comes to relationship, everybody has their own love language. So if you really love somebody, you're going to learn that person's love language. You're going to know their boundaries, and you're going to respect them no matter what you're doing on social media. So has social media ruined it? No, but people are using it as a tool improperly sometimes.
Okay, no worries. Thank you for sharing, ladies. And I appreciate you guys watching so far. I see Haya on the live chat. Good to see you as always. And BL17, good to see you guys. Let's get the live chat popping. Let me know what you guys think. I want to ask you guys a question and let's have this discussion. Okay, so obviously when you ask the question for most women, like, what do you want in a man, right? Most women would say, because most women are selective. They want a provider, protector. They want a good man. They want a man that's loyal, take care of her, all right, committed. All right, most women would say that you want a leader, right? You don't want no pussy. All right, you want a man that can take control, take action.
Say that again.
One pussy in the relationship and it's mine.
All right, exactly. You want a man that's be able to make you feel safe.
Protected.
All right,
You
protect,
want to
provide.
feel wanted. You want to feel protected.
Exactly, right. So usually that's the type of man that most women are looking for. So from the men's side, so I'm gonna just explain from the men's side, and you guys can explain and react to it. So usually for most men, we are more conservative when it comes to our woman's sexuality. Like we want our woman for ourselves, not only your physical but also your body, like how you present yourself to the world, right? Obviously, we don't mind you being sexy as long as you're around us when you have conversation with most men. But usually when you have the conversation with the guys, the higher quality guys, right? The guys are actually working themselves to be the best man, to be great fathers, great husbands for you guys. Obviously, those guys can attract options, right? But usually they're not going to tolerate a woman that's going out there and posting their bodies online. So from that video, what the guy was saying is, if you're the girls are out there posting their bodies online, which is your choice if that's what you want to do. But I guess one of the ramifications for that, the consequences that you're going to face as a woman is the guys that you truly, truly want, the high quality men, are probably not going to take you seriously. So the men that the men that's probably you probably have to settle with is a guy that's not as confident, not as assertive, not the provider protector. He's just going to let you do whatever you want. He won't have the balls to tell you, hey, I don't want this. This is one of my boundaries that you just mentioned, right? I want to reserve that for you. I want to reserve that between me and you. I don't want that for all men to see. When you have those conversations, there are some men out there that don't care about that. But when you usually talk to good men, they're strong men with values, morals, that's usually one of the things, one of their boundaries. So I guess my question for you guys is, what are your thoughts about that? Like, are you guys? I know a lot of you guys on social media. If you do meet the right man, if you do meet a man that high quality man that you guys want, are you willing to compromise on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I literally just had this conversation. I recently started dating somebody, and out of respect for the relationship, there's certain jobs that I will no longer take. There's certain photo shoots that I will no longer do, and we're very open to now, so where he can say, like, you know what, like, I don't know, babe, like, that's
I filmed this one.
like, I don't know, like, what if he put something, it's all about compromising, you know what I mean? Because again, you want to be respectful to whoever you're dating, right? Because I mean, I want them to have the same respect for me when I'm not looking, you know what I mean?
Okay, no worries. What about you, Rocky?
I feel like I don't have a problem with that,
Yeah.
but I also, they're models, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not in the same industry, so I feel like my opinion is just going to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't really struggle with that in the sense of like my body's on social media. I'm trying to think about the pictures I have on my Instagram. I did a birthday shoot and I had it up for a minute.
We can check right now.
I did a birthday shoot and I was like in some lingerie and it was nice. That was the first time I had ever even taken pictures like that. Like,
I was the hype man.
Yeah, she was her idea. And I had it up for a little while, but after a while, I was like, I wanted to take it down because I know what I'm looking for. And I know like the path that I'm on, and I know that those pictures are a no-go. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's not really an issue that I come across.
Okay. All right. And then Shamari?
I can't really say because that's my career. So it would depend again on the person, their boundaries, and those discussions whenever they occur. Right now, I can't really give an answer.
Okay. Do you guys have any issues with that boundary? Because sometimes when you have the conversation, especially the more progressive women today in 2023, they get upset when when men say, "Hey, I don't want you to be dressed as provocative out there, expose yourself out there." A lot of women would say, "Men, oh, you're trying to control
me." Yeah. So I actually. So that's my answer now. Yeah. Like 10 years ago, I would have been like, "You're fucking tripping. I can take your shit down. Like this is me." You know, like this is that. So then I feel like the age kind of
Plays a
changes
part.
that, and plays
So
a
you
part.
so you don't think it's controlling?
I don't think it's controlling at all. I just
Yeah.
think it's like respectful. I think it's just a certain type of like relationship and maybe more of a traditional one.
Yeah.
And I feel like everyone's really steered away from that,
Yeah.
which is fine, you know, but yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I don't think it's controlling at all.
Shamar?
I don't think it's controlling either. Because I mean, even me, if you know me in real life, 99.9% of the time I look like a gym rat. Like I'm in my sweats around town. I'm as incognito as possible in
Yeah.
public. I do not run around looking like my modeling pictures during the day when I'm just going to the store. Or if I'm only dressing like that when I'm going to a shoot or to an event and I'm hosting. Then it's expected for me to dress and do certain things. So that's why I say it would depend on the person that you become in a relationship with and those conversations, what they're okay with, what they're not okay with when it occurs. But as far as somebody saying and expressing, you know, because a man's job is to protect you. And when you're running around half naked, you know what I mean? Like you're putting both of you at risk. So I totally understand that side as well. And that his job is to provide and protect. So it's one of those things that would just depend on the person. Where are you guys at in the relationship and with the provide, protect, submission roles? Because as women, we naturally submit to good leaders.
Yeah.
So if your leadership qualities are on point, I'm more likely, even if I don't, you know, I don't see a problem, I'm more likely to listen if you're leading me correctly.
Okay.
And it's all on how you, I say this all the time, it's how you say it, right? It's not like, of course, nobody wants someone saying, hey, go take that shit off. What the fuck are you wearing? Right?
Yeah.
Be like, damn, baby, that shirt's a little see-through. Can we do something about that? You know what I'm saying? That's a difference, you know? So where you don't feel like you're being controlled and when you feel like you're being asked, you know, don't tell me, ask me.
Yeah.
And then you maybe get different.
I know a lot of people that are in relationships where their wife's like a model or like things like that. And they have like a great relationship. Like, you know what I mean? There's no problems and stuff. So again, I think it just leads back to like how she said, it just depends on where you're at with the relationship.
I think too, a factor we haven't discussed yet is different cultures, different religions.
Sure.
There are different expectations based on that.
Yeah.
So there may be some people that it's not okay with, right? And I'm providing, I'm protecting. This is not how. And if you really love each other, then you, like we talked about earlier, it's sacrifices, it's compromising to make each other happy. And so you can meet in the middle and keep building the life that you want to build together. But in some cultures, it's not a problem. And if you know what I mean? And if you have somebody that's truly supportive, that you have that good foundation of trust and friendship and, you know, I'm going to support you. I'm confident. I don't care. Go out and do your thing. I'm going to support you. That's okay too. That's why I say it always comes down to the two people in the relationship and their ability to communicate effectively.
I like that you said that. Religion, culture, that really does play a huge part.
Plays a big factor. Because something that in the Latin community may not be so not looked at as bad, you know.
Yeah,
other cultures
for
it
sure.
can be, and other cultures it can be looked at bad, you know. It's true.
I think from the men's perspective, the way we see it is, one of the things that women want in a man is a man that can provide and protect, right? So the way we see it, we like it's like a risk assessment. We know for a fact that we know how. We know when it comes to men, like they don't care if you're in a relationship or not, they're going to pursue you.
Yeah.
All right. So
I feel
for
like that's a lot of women now too,
Like,
though.
yeah.
Watch
They'll
out.
take you, the kids, and the husband.
Yeah.
Like, what?
I mean, there are some women out there, but for the majority, most men are the ones going to approach you, right? So our main concern is if you're dressing in a certain way, that's going to attract unwanted attention. For a lot of guys, you're risking the relationship.
Yeah. You can never. You can't help who you attract, right?
Yeah.
But you can help how you deal with the situation. You know what I mean? Because as you would, some of the pictures on that we post are a little on the provocative side. So with that comes all the messages, all these weirdos, and you know what I mean?
The creeps.
All the creeps. You know what I mean? But I know I can see how people can get the wrong perception. You know what I mean? Because we do these shows, we do these events, these videos and things like that. But like she said, half the time we're in sweats and, big,
outside.
It's like a quick, 5-10 minute fucking shoot,
but because we post the things that we post, obviously we're free
people
game
think
for
that you're
all the,
literally walking around like that all day, every day.
I want to ask you guys this thing because I guess the biggest debate, or when both men and women, they argue. I guess because for a lot of women, obviously, I understand from my perspective, my opinion. I think the models I understand. Like if you're a model and that's your career, that's how you make money. Because as me, I can't knock anybody for putting food on the table.
Yeah.
Paying your bills. If that's what you have to do to pay your bills. And if a guy chooses to go in a relationship with a model, he understands that that's what you do.
Yeah.
So if he has a problem with that, then that's on him because he saw you that way.
Yeah.
All right. So you shouldn't date a model if you have a problem with her, posting pictures online, because that's part of your career, right? But then your relationship can be different, but your career can be separate. But I think one of the things that we do see online is we do see a lot of girls who are posting their pictures online, but at the same time they want a good quality man, right? So I guess what a lot of the men are saying is, if you want to attract that man and to see you, you have to match that behavior and that boundary.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't post your pictures online and expect him to find you, because a traditional man or a man that has certain values and morals, he wants to find a woman that's already respecting his boundary as is. Because sometimes a lot of women will say, "Oh, I post my pictures online, but when I find the right man, when I find the right man, then I will
take him down.
I'll take him down."
Yeah.
All right. But as a man, if you're searching through social media, how can he know you're willing to take him down? All he sees is what you post, and then obviously perception is reality. What we see is what we believe.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess that's where the conflict, and a lot of men are saying these girls can be delusional, like, because the same thing with the men, right? You guys say, I want a man that's a strong provider, protector, and leader, right? A man that's broke can come up to you, "Hey, I'm broke right now, but if you go in a relationship with me, then I'll compromise, I'll make the change, and I'll be a leader." Now you want to find that man already being in that role already.
Some people say, like, how do you find that man? Like, no, you don't just find him, right? Sometimes you have to build. Sometimes you have to build that relationship together.
Yeah.
Because in my last relationship, right, when we first got together, I mean, not to throw the business out there, but you know what it was. Like I was working, I had the job, I was the providing, you know what I mean? But from the outside looking in, years later, it looked like, oh, she's just a spoiled brat. She just gets taken care of. You know what I mean?
Everybody forgot all the work you put in.
Yeah, but everybody forgot the hard work that we put into it, the businesses that it took to build.
She built the foundation.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Everybody just overlooks that and just sees like, oh, she's just looking for a guy that's going to spoil her because that's who she's with now.
Yeah, and I don't think
that
that's true. I hate when people say that, like, you wouldn't date somebody who didn't have it all together. That's bullshit, because I've dated people that don't have it together and put some work in, and then they get their shit together and they out. But so we won't make that mistake again. But I think that's bullshit when people say like, oh, you would never date somebody that wasn't on top of their shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as you're trying. I mean,
I'm going to check your soul before I check your pockets. If your soul is on point and you're trying to build and you're doing the right things, it doesn't matter what your wallet has.
But hold on, at the same sentence, let's keep
don't come without a job though.
You know what I mean?
I'm
speaking for everybody back there who ain't speaking, but let's keep it real.
Yeah.
Like, nobody wants to be with a broke person,
Of course.
whether it be male or female, right? You want to have some type of money motivation, right?
Yeah.
Money it's not going to fix everything, but it's going to make things easier, right?
It gives you more options.
Yeah, you be able to go out to eat, go on nice dates, do nice things, you know what I mean? So in the same sentence, that's not all that we're looking for, right? It's just the money, somebody who's a good provider. But in the end, like, we all have to be money motivated.
Yeah, I feel like 80% of the relationship is about money.
Yeah. Well, it's normal for women to look for a man. If you look at the science behind the intersexual dynamics between men and women, what we're attracted to, there's a biological reason why you look for a man that has resources, financial resources, because of pregnancy. If you're going to have children, you have to partner with a man that has the resources to take care of you and the kids. It doesn't make logical sense if you want a man to provide and protect you and he's broke, all right? But I don't think it's about being broke. I think it's about having certain qualities that's you can see that he has the potential to be a provider protector. Obviously, there's guys that they're still going through their life and they're still at the bottom. But I think if you don't see any kind of ambition, any kind of discipline, any work ethic, any kind of drive, any kind of goals that he has, because obviously everybody was successful at one point. He was at the bottom. And there's a lot of stories of couples that the woman was with him when he was at the bottom.
I feel like age has to do with it too, because we were young
when
that was going on. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't do that now at this age.
But I think the girls make a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of guys who tell them I'm ambitious, but their behavior don't match what he's telling you.
Yes.
So if his behavior is not matching what he's telling you, then you got to find somebody else.
Yeah.
But the guy says, hey, I have goals, I have plans. I know we're in a predicament right now financially, but I'm gonna get my life together. But then you see his habits every single day. He gets up in the morning, he's going out and get it.
Mhm.
As long as his
Your
behavior and his
character
habits
too, your morals,
reflect
all
what he's
that.
saying, then you have a good chance probability that he's actually gonna become something. But a lot of guys will just tell you whatever you want to hear.
Mhm.
All right, just to have sex, but then his behavior doesn't, or his morals, his value doesn't match what he's telling you. And a lot of girls fall for that shit, especially when they're young.
I'm like,
Yes.
I'm not hearing what you're saying. I'm like looking at what you're saying these days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like actions speak way louder than words. And I really didn't understand that as when I was younger, but now I was like,
Yeah, I
oh
didn't
no,
get that either when I was younger.
you have to show me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I notice a lot of girls today, they try to be politically correct because they don't want to. If they say I want a man with money, I don't have a problem with women wanting a man with money
Yeah.
because it makes sense. If you have
Oh,
kids,
I'll be clear. I don't want a broke man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were just saying that
Testing,
not all
testing.
people.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're broke, you still got a chance with
Yeah.
somebody.
Uh-huh.
it just makes sense. If you have your finances, and statistically, when the more money you make your household, the better quality of life your kids go through, right?
Yes.
Usually a lot of the problems and issues that we see in families comes from poverty.
Yeah.
All right. So it makes, so I don't have it as well. Sometimes I do hear ladies like they're afraid to say they got money because they don't want to be labeled as a gold digger.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I think for a guy that's confident in his ability to provide and protect, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. No.
But with the guys that are losers,
People have called me a gold digger before, but this is my thing, right?
Yeah.
Why do I want to hang around with a whole bunch of broke people, right?
Exactly.
And my thing is this: I'm not an opportunist, but I will take an opportunity when it's presented, right?
Yeah.
If I hang around with bosses and I hang around with people who are fucking making money, then guess what? More than likely, I'm gonna
You're
start
making
making money too
Yeah.
and get some of those smarts that they got going on.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm just hanging around with a bunch of broke people and we're all just sitting at the table twiddling our thumbs, guess what? I'm gonna be twiddling my thumbs after a while too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
yeah, because even for myself, like I have sisters, I have female cousins. I wouldn't want them to date a guy that's broke and has no ambitions,
Yeah.
right? Because I know
Yeah.
she's gonna live a hard life.
yeah.
And I've seen family, the females in my family that chose that, right? And I know how hard they struggle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So be with the man that's be with the man that's. I don't have a problem if you're just looking for that man to already have his life together.
Yeah.
I know a lot of guys who don't have the life together to complain. A lot of girls like, you know what? They don't want to choose me because I'm broke. They don't want to choose because I'm at the bottom. But they don't understand, like, the biology. Like, women, when they have kids, they want a good man.
Yeah.
And they want a strong man. But it's up to you to put yourself in a position to attract those types of women. But if you got to go to work as a man.
Yeah. Someone once told me this story, right? And it stuck hard with me. There's two girls, right? And one of the girls, well, they both asked their man for money, right? And one of them got $40 and the other one got $1,000, right? So you automatically think, though, damn, the girl with $1,000, she's winning, right? Her man loves her, right? And in reality, the man who gave his lady the $40 only had the $40 to give. And the man who gave his lady $1,000 had $1 million. So what does that say for character-wise? You know what I mean? So again, it's not always about the money, but money helps.
Okay. All right. So I guess my question to ask you guys, obviously you guys want a man that's a leader, that's financially competent, that can give you a good lifestyle. So I guess the question I want to ask you guys, if you do meet that man, what are you going to bring to the table to his life?
Everything he already don't got. No, just kidding. No, but I mean, I think overall, not to toot my own horn, but toot, like I'm a good woman, I can provide for myself. It's always, people need to understand there's a difference between a need and a want, right?
Okay.
I don't need a man to pay my bills. I don't need him to provide for me. I don't need him to financially or to take care of me or to provide for the home or anything, right? But those are things that I want, I want a man to want to be a provider for me. I'm a Latina, so in our culture, it's like the man provides and the woman stays at home.
And we wake up and make lonche.
Yeah, but nowadays you got this new, how would you say, like the new generation of Latinos or Latinas that we like to go get our own money, you know, but we still want a man who can provide for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because again, it's not a want. I mean, it's not a need. It's a want, you know, I feel like.
Oh, okay. No worries. So it's a want, but not a need.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I don't need a man to financially take care of me and all those things, but I want one. I'm at that age where I don't want to compromise anymore. You know what I mean? Like I want what I want, you know?
Okay. Oh, what were you, Rocky?
What was the question again?
Yeah. So, you know, obviously you want a man that's a leader, provider, protector, that's going to be financial stable to give you a good quality of life. If you do meet that man, what are you going to bring to him, to his life and to the table?
I think that I'm really good at providing like emotional support and bringing out the best in men.
Yeah.
I think that's really important to like be able to do that for your man. I make my own money. So like Tab said, like, you know, I can provide as well.
Like if you ain't got it, we got it. You know what I mean?
I'm a team player.
Yeah.
Team player.
Yeah. I got to think about that one.
What do you mean you're a boss bitch? Let me run down the ball, okay? She be forgetting.
I
She's
didn't
like
wanna toot my own
downplaying
horn.
herself real quick. But I always tell her too, like, you're the prize. You have to remember you're a prize, especially in today's world. You know what I mean? You're a business owner. You have your own home. You have your own car. You provide for your kids. Like those are all toot, sis.
You do tell me
know
that
what
in
I
the
mean?
mornings.
Yeah, like you can't forget all of those things, you know. Besides the financial aspect, she's a businesswoman. She has her own shop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Besides those things, she's a bomb ass bitch.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right.
That's my friend.
Okay. Let's keep that live chat popping, y'all. And I'll pass it to Shamar. Shamar, if you do meet that leader, the provider, protector, that's on top of his finances, he wants to give you the best quality of life. What are you gonna bring to the relationship and bring to the table for that man?
So there's this phrase that's called ride or die chick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to die, but I'll go to war with you and I'm going to drag your ass out alive.
She said,
That's
ain't
me.
nobody trying to die.
We're not trying to
okay?
die over here.
That's smart. That's smart.
But it's one of those things where it's like, I'm very much a supportive person. I'm not interested in anybody that doesn't have ambition. And I don't care what your ambitions are, how crazy everybody else says you are. If I believe in it and I think we can do it, I'm going to push you to do it.
Okay.
And I'm going to be that person for you. And I do that all the time, even now with my friends, with no romantic interactions at all. Just totally platonic friendship support. Like I support everybody, no matter what. So if it was my partner and we're building a life, then that would become my priority there. But that's why I always say I'm not a ride or die chick. I'm going to go to war with you and drag your ass out alive.
Okay. All right. No worries. As always, thank you so much for everybody that's watching. Okay. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And also don't forget if you want to jump on and be a public guest, click on the link on the YouTube live chat and be part of my locals. And you guys will be able to see the link. It's already posted on there and you can click and jump on with these ladies.
That was
okay?
rough, Brian.
And of course, if you have any questions, any topics, definitely drop it through a super chat, and you guys will definitely be able to. I'll read and react to it. So, ladies, can
we react to this?
So I got. Always let the live chat be the live chat. So, ladies, I did listen to what you guys said, what you brought to the table, and I have to give you guys some pushback. Okay.
Give it to us.
Okay.
We're ready.
I have to lock this.
Uh-oh.
I have to. All right. So here's the thing. One of the problems that I do see today, all right, especially in this society that we're very progressive, and of course we live in a society today that's very egalitarian, where men and women can work. We can, like, traditionally back in the day, men were the provider protectors, right? They were biological roles, all right? And then the women were the ones who stayed at home, kept the household, and took care of the kids.
Pregnant, barefooted.
All right. So obviously we live in a different age today that, you guys can go out and pursue a career. But I think one of the things that, because we push women and men so much today in today's society to be equal, a lot of women don't realize that when it comes to relationships, we're still looking for different things. When I was listening to a lot of the things that you guys were mentioning, or what you bring to the man, what you bring to the relationship, a lot of the things that you guys were saying were things that you guys are looking for from a man, but it's not what men are looking for in a woman. And that's one of the mistakes a lot of women have. And I don't blame you, right? Because we live in a very different society today that you guys can fulfill and play the role of a man in a relationship.
A lot of us are in survival mode.
Yeah.
That's why.
So I'll give you guys a perfect example, because if you're looking for the strong provider protector, most women, if you're looking for the strong provider protected leader, you're looking for a masculine man, right? A man that's competent, a man that's assertive, a man that's willing to provide and protect you. And then when it comes to masculinity, men are just looking, they're looking for femininity, all right? And women that's caring, nurturing, caring and loving, compassionate. And also, you know, we're looking for, if you ask most guys, we're very simple. I know we can say some crazy shit sometimes, but we're very simple.
Sometimes,
you know,
shit.
oftentimes, but we're very simple. We just, you know, we want to be, because we go out, especially the men that you guys want, the men that want to take the responsibility, obligation. You know what? I'm going to provide and protect for my woman. I'm going to make sure I'm going to give her the best life possible. I'm going to make sure my kids are taken care of. Those types of men, they're very masculine men. They're always looking for femininity. A woman just cares, nurturing, caring, submissive. You know, a woman that cooks for him, cleans his clothes. It's just, those are the little things that.
Oh, I didn't know we were giving all those details. I wash clothes.
Hold on.
And I know.
Wait, because you know why?
And I rub
nowadays,
backs.
girls don't do those things.
But just, I'll pass it back to you guys, but let me just finish this real quick. Those are the things that men are looking for, right? So a lot of times when I hear modern women, all right, I'm a boss bitch, like you guys were mentioning, all right? I bring my career to the table. I bring my degree. I bring my money. That's what you're looking for in a man. But from a man who already has money, that is already boss in his life, he's not looking for the same thing, things. Right? He's looking for the opposite, which is femininity. And I know you mentioned, you were saying that I want a man that I want a man, but I don't need a man. Well, in my opinion, I think
as far as providing,
protecting.
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, I think from my experience in talking to men who are willing to go out there and push themselves and put themselves in situations that are very stressful, dealing with the world to make sure to give you the world. Those guys need to feel needed from a woman. So a lot of times when I hear women say that I want a man, but I don't need a man, I think that comes from a very independent mentality, especially in today's age where, you know, you guys can be independent. But a man that's willing to take care of you and willing to die, so that way that you can live the best quality of life and he can work all these jobs. These guys need that, need to feel like that they're needed, so they feel good about going out there and working for you. But one of the things when I hear from men is when they date independent women that say that I want a man, but I don't need a man, they don't make him feel needed. And then they're like, you know what, I'm going out there and putting my life, I'm working for all the kids, but I don't feel that I'm needed in this relationship. And they feel like that the role that they play it's not appreciated and not respected. And one of the things that most guys just want is respect. So that's usually what I hear from the men. And then when I talk to women, and especially the women who struggle to find that masculine, strong man, is the very things that you guys are bringing to the table are the very things that you guys want. But the men we're looking for different things. We don't look for the same things that you guys want. You guys want to provide protective, competent finances, money. But for those types of guys, we're looking for a feminine, submissive, a woman that makes us feel needed in the relationship and just nurture us, care for us, be compassionate. So that way, when we go to the world and go out there to the real world and go battle for you, we just want to come home to peace. And a lot of times the women that are very independent, they don't give him peace. They're not willing to give him that peace that a very submissive, feminine, maybe traditional woman would. What do you guys think about that?
I think now I'm at the stage where I don't need a man. I want one, just because I felt like I was doing that already. I felt like after a 17-year marriage, you know, I felt like I was all those things. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now I just feel like it's a little bit different.
Good. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Well, for me, being happily divorced 10 years, I mean, I would not go back, and not focusing on a relationship because I'm in that provide and protect mode for so long, because I have children too. So I think when we're answering questions, we're answering, like she was saying, from a point of survival, not a point of thriving. And so I think it's very important for us to learn that switch. Once you have somebody there who is providing and protecting, now you can thrive. You can focus on being and filling in all the other gaps. It's learning interdependence at that point after being super hyper independent for so long. So, like I said, I think it really comes down to the different people involved in that relationship, and it's going to look different for everybody. But just generally speaking, is what you're saying is for us, we have to learn interdependence, being vulnerable again.
Yeah.
Putting down the, you don't
Putting
sell
down
the, you
those
don't
walls.
sell the sword, but you put it down when
Mhm.
you're communicating with your significant other.
She said something that was very profound. It's not about independence, it's interdependence, because that's what a
Right.
relationship is. You have to depend on each other, right?
Yeah.
You have to trust
have
each
to.
other. And I think that's one of the problems with modern women. Like, I'm independent. For a man that's working on myself to be successful so I can give my family the best quality of life, why would I want to go in a relationship that we're going to be independent? We're supposed to trust and depend on each other, especially if I'm going to be the provider, protector role. I want her to depend on me. The same way if she's the one taking care of my house, I want to depend on her.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be difficult for me then, because you're saying that like my career, me being independent
Yeah.
is going to kind of like push away the high valued
If-
man,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But how am I supposed to turn that off when like we're talking about, like that's what I have to do to survive? So I'm a little bit confused, and I
Oh,
feel like
that-
this isn't
I gotta-
fair. Like I'm
I gotta-
getting pushed out of something that I'm trying to like make my way into.
I got to answer for that. Don't lead with it. When you go in a relationship, don't lead with your money. Don't lead with your
I don't
career.
do that, so.
Right? Lead.
Yeah, I
lead-
don't even. I feel like I don't talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I don't do that.
That's the issue. If you lead with your femininity, if you lead with your natural ability to care, nurture, and be compassionate to a man, to make sure he feels.
So I'm not going to talk about my career, or like
Don't talk
okay.
about your career.
Okay, got it. I don't talk about it, but I'm just going to
Yeah.
make sure I never talk about it.
Right? Just lead with your femininity, because like I told you guys before, like men just want a woman, right?
Yeah.
I give you guys an example of what you just said, but but flip it to the man, right?
Mhm.
So what if there's a man out there, but he was feminine, right?
Ugh.
He led with his femininity. He was nurturing, he was caring. He likes to wash dishes.
There's like a line though, too feminine.
Right? He likes to wash dishes. He likes to cook.
That's being
But-
domesticated.
Well, I'm just saying
You know what I mean? Yeah.
he's leading with the roles that traditionally a lot of women would do.
Like
But-
he's trying to impress me with dinner when I should be trying to impress him with dinner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So a lot of independent women would say, I want to pay 50-50. Right. Let the man be the provider protector. Like, you wouldn't let that. Like, I've heard that from a lot of girls, right? They're like, you don't want the man to, because I can do it on my own. I don't want you to pay for my date. I don't want you to pick me up because I can do that on my own.
I want to be
I'm like,
picked
I
up. I'm
still
sorry. I
want
want to
it.
be picked up.
I can do it on my own, but I still want that.
But yeah, but
You
the
know what I
thing
mean?
is, for those guys who want that role, they want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then if you're saying, I don't need that from me, they're like, if you don't need that from me, then what role am I
Yeah.
playing?
Yeah.
So
You're like, I'll just meet you at the restaurant. He's like,
Yeah.
okay.
So like,
I think it's
There's not-
because we say like, I don't need nobody, but we still want those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, to a certain extent, like, I still want you to open my door. Like, I still want you to still want you to pay for the tab, you
I still
know?
expect you to walk on the outside. of the
Yeah.
sidewalk.
Yeah.
Don't push me in traffic.
so, and I'm not saying there's nothing like your career, like there's nothing, I'm not trying to downplay your career,
Yeah.
Because-
no, I don't.
because, you be proud of what your career, but just, if you're being successful, that's great. But just when it comes to a relationship, especially for those very masculine men that you're looking for,
Mhm.
they're always looking for femininity, and lead with that. Yeah, as long as you lead with your femininity and you have it, and you know what it
Yeah.
makes you feel, let him take care of you, let him
Yeah.
provide for you,
Mhm.
let him be that leader for you. But sometimes, especially women who have bad relationships or they're in survival mode,
Mm.
like you guys just mentioned, they're unwilling to let that man come in and be that man in their life because of all the issues or the barriers or the walls that you have up. But let that man come into your life and be that man for you, and just be in that role. But a lot of times it's very hard if you've been that boss bitch your whole life.
No, I don't think necessarily it's just being a boss bitch and being super independent, because I barely became independent, right, Rocky? I was in a relationship where I was completely dependent on everything that he provided to the table.
Yeah.
But when he showed me that he can take everything away from me, then it
Was like-
sparked a fire in my
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now my attitude is different towards
Yeah.
versus what it was back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just depends, I
It
guess.
just depends on
your
the situation that you're in
Yeah.
at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause the answers change.
Mhm.
Okay. And also wanted to add one thing, because we were talking about earlier before about how a lot of girls post their body online
Yeah.
on their pictures, and then we discussed like most guys, like that's one of their boundaries they have.
Yeah.
That can be a deal breaker for a lot of guys, especially the guys who are very masculine at the top.
Mhm.
whatever values that a man has, especially, let me ask you a question. What's the most, what is one of the most important things men want from a woman in a relationship?
I think trust and honesty.
Trust, honesty,
Trust and
Yeah,
honesty.
like trust,
I have to
honesty,
be able to trust
commitment,
you.
yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is. You know, the trust has to be there.
Yeah. I think for most, I think for most men, because I've had conversation with guys, like we just want respect. We just want a woman to respect us, right? And
I've
then,
heard that a lot.
yeah, you know, women want love from a man, but we want respect from
But
a
see,
woman.
this is the thing where respect, everybody's meaning of respect is a little bit different. So something that you may feel that is disrespectful to you,
Yeah.
but I'm not even thinking that it's
Yeah.
disrespectful. You feel me? Until you tell me, you know, I think a lot of women too are not, you know, you got to tell us like, hey, this is what you did. This is what you posted, or this is how it made
Or
me
this is what you
feel,
said,
or this is what
yeah.
you said. And then, okay, I'm grown enough, I'm woman enough to be like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna hear you out, and this is what we're gonna do to fix it. I don't want to always talk about the problem. Let's talk about the solution.
No, the biggest problem, because on that video we watched, right, you said there's a lot of men that are feminine, right?
Mhm.
The problem with, you made a correct point. I believe as a man, as a leader in a relationship, it's his job to communicate the boundaries,
Mhm.
to communicate it with you. But the problem is if a lot of feminine men out there, men who don't have confidence in themselves, they're afraid
Yeah.
to communicate it to you
Yeah.
because you might leave.
Yeah.
So
no.
they don't want to tell you, can you cover up a little bit more because it's causing issues with me. They don't really have the confidence or the balls to have the conversation with you because they're afraid that if you leave. So they stay and tolerate that, you know, that behavior that's kind of bad for relationships from his point. But guys are very confident. It's their job to communicate that to your woman. But we just want whatever boundary and morals and values that man has, he just wants a woman to respect it.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things that women don't understand when it comes to dressing appropriately for your man is for a lot of men, the way they see it is the woman or your wife is going to be an extension of him.
Yep.
So the thing is, if for a lot of guys, we understand this from other men, right? If our woman out there is acting wild and dressing wild inappropriately, then other men are going to see us as
him.
Yeah, it's a reputation of me. It's going to be an extension of me, and then I'm going to get disrespect and lose
Like,
respect
look what your
among
girls
my
out here
peers,
doing,
among my
look at
guys.
that, yeah.
Right. So for
Vice
us,
versa.
respect is something that we carry on one of the standards that we value, not only from you guys as a woman, but from other men. So it's his job to communicate that to
Yeah.
you. So if he has a problem with you dressing in a certain way, and sometimes, you know, for a lot of women, you just want to feel beautiful, right? So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but it's his job to say, hey, baby, you know, that may be a little bit more, that may be too much for me. Do you mind covering up? Do you mind dressing a little bit something more conservative? And because I just don't want unwanted attention from these guys, especially if you're going to, depending on the party, the situation, if you're going to a family
it's
event.
all on approach. I'm telling you, in my last relationship, I would have been like, oh, you fucking whore. What the fuck are you wearing, beach? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But from your relationship, it's like, hey, babe, like, I wasn't really feeling that skirt. Like, it kind of shows your butt cheeks. Can you put some shorts on under? I'll fuck with it. Hell yeah. I'll put some shorts under. But when you talk to me crazy, I'm not going to respond the way that you want me to. You know what I mean? So it's all on approach and how you talk to people.
Yeah, it's just communication.
Yeah,
right?
communication.
Right, because at the end of the day, not only we want respect, but let's be honest, it's also reciprocation. You guys want respect as well. So you don't want to talk down your woman to make sure that she feels disrespected.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys don't know how to communicate. And I know there's a shout out to Balafessa. He mentioned this. There's a difference between a leader and a tyrant. Some guys who are tyrants who don't know how to be leaders. So they're very they'll try to micromanage you, try to punish you, try to gaslight you. But leaders, you know, they'll lead with strong with the example to make sure that they carry themselves to a high standard, and then you can follow with that example, so that way you carry yourself to a high standard. But that's the issues a lot of women don't understand.
I don't think I've ever been with a leader then.
No.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Where's all my
finally
leaders
got a
at?
sound effect out of
Yeah. So like
I think
first,
too, we set the bar for how people treat us, right? Like if you allow certain things, and if you're just like whatever, like it has to, for me, it has to be a problem from the beginning. It can't be a problem later on down the line. Like you can't say, you know what, like 2 months into being with me, you know what, I don't even like that fucking shirt. You know what I mean? Like you gotta not like this shirt from the beginning. You get what I'm saying? Like it can't start off being okay.
Everything's okay, and then like a
it's
couple
good. I'm
months
good
in,
with
you're
it, with what
mad.
you do, how you work, and then it's a problem. That's where like the problem.
do you know why most guys Do we know why most guys struggle to communicate that with you?
No, why?
I don't know if you have ever looked into the data, right, when it comes to dating, but usually because women are more selective to men when it comes to how you select a partner. So you're very selective, and it's biological why you're very selective, because you have children, right? So you want the best man that you can get, right? You don't want an average guy or a guy that's a bum, right? You don't want that. You don't want to pick from the low quality men. You want to pick from the high quality men. So the thing is, the high quality men are probably like the top 20-30% of men. So these guys have put in the work and really dedicate themselves to be strong men with good morals, good values, have worked how to be good leaders, and great examples for themselves, high standards. The thing is, the reason why these guys don't have a problem communicating it to you, even though it's something that you may be uncomfortable to have that conversation with
Comfortable conversation.
because they have options.
Mm-hmm.
Because because they put themselves in a position where they attract most women. So they don't have a problem communicating that with you, because if you don't want to adhere to his boundaries and respect his boundaries, he's like, no worries.
No worries. That's where I'm. That's
Good for you.
Mhm.
You're not the woman for me.
Yeah.
You're not the wife for me. We're gonna we won't work out anyway. I'm just gonna go with this woman. But for most guys who are the bottom 50%, these guys don't have options. So when they finally meet a woman, especially a very beautiful woman, right? These guys know that that's the only opportunity they get. So they'll just tolerate any
deal
behavior.
with all the
But
bullshit.
the problem
I know
is,
a lot of people.
but
women do that too.
Yeah, they do.
We do that same shit, trying to play it safe. You know what I mean?
But the problem is even the problem is even the women who are acting a certain way that like the posting the women who are dressing provocatively online, they'll go with a less submissive guy. They'll go with a more feminine man because he's willing to tolerate her posting pictures online.
Yeah.
But the problem is long-term in a relationship, over time, they're going to lose that sexual polarity because you're still looking for a masculine man.
Yeah.
And over
She's
time,
still looking
if she's running over you as a man over time,
Yeah.
and she notices that she gets her way and
Mhm.
you don't hold her accountable, eventually over time you lose respect for her.
Yeah, and it becomes very unattractive.
And attractive, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also want to ask you guys on that video we were watching, right?
Mhm.
The guy mentioned structure, like the guys that you guys want, the provider protectors, they're gonna bring kind of structure
Mhm.
to the relationship, right? He's gonna communicate, hey, this is our family. I'm gonna be the provider protector. I'm gonna play this role. You're gonna play this role. This is my boundaries. What are your boundaries? Okay, let's make sure we come together. This is the plan for our children. This is the plan for our future. So they're gonna have some kind of structure for you guys to build the relationship on, right? I guess for the criticism for a lot of men from the modern women is, especially the independent women, they're unwilling to adhere to a strong structure for men. Do you guys want structure in your relationship?
I love that. I
Yeah.
love the structure that you just explained right now.
Yeah.
But I think there might be some women that confuse that with like control.
Yeah.
I definitely don't.
Yeah.
I love structure.
Yeah.
Lead the way.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
know a handful of like girls that would be no go. Like you're trying to
Yeah.
control me. We're not gonna fucking do
What
what
are
you
you
want to
doing?
do.
Yeah, you're not my
Yeah.
daddy.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
I think there's also a difference in how the structure is delivered, because like
Yeah.
they said, you
That's
have
all.
tyrants and you have
Yeah.
leaders. So as long as it's coming from a good place, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
But if there are people out there who do try to control and it gets abusive and negative.
Do you guys like making decisions? Like, do you like making decisions, or do you prefer a man that?
I
No,
like
just tell me where we're going and what we're doing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't want to make any decisions.
Yeah.
I just want to turn my brain off.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, do you or do you prefer a man
Like
that
take the lead.
take the lead? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm saying is obviously he's
But
built
we
the
also
trust.
have to let them
Yeah.
take the lead.
Yeah.
He's proved to you
Yes.
that he's capable of making decisions. Obviously, you're not just going to follow any random man who's going to make
Yeah,
decisions. He has to prove to himself first.
For sure.
But a lot of women would say, I don't want a provider protector. But then again, they don't want to make decisions. But do you guys want to make decisions? No. You want to, if the man proved to himself first, you'd rather to rely on him to make the decisions.
Yeah, if he's
I like
proven
to-
himself, then yeah,
Yeah,
I'm cool.
I like to follow lead. I like a manly man. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how did I say? I just
Order
made
my
a
dinner.
TikTok. You know, I literally just made a TikTok about this. Like, I want a man to tell me to shut up and sit down. I'm just not like I'm going to listen to him, but I want him to be in control. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
Say it in a way that makes me look
Yeah.
forward to doing
yeah,
it.
yeah, you know,
Like he has a plan. Like he knows where he's going.
Like, babe, this is what we're doing.
Yeah,
This is where we're going.
Yeah.
Just take the lead. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, This is where we're eating. This is what
Yeah.
I get
I
pretty.
hate
I
having
want to
to
meet you at this
plan
time.
shit.
Let's go. Let's
Yes.
go.
And
Let's
girls
fun.
and girls will be submissive to that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
women can be the new era woman, the boss bitch, or however you want to say it. They can be real submissive. It has to be to the right man, I
Yeah.
believe. You know what I mean? Or it's somebody that brings out that submissive side in them.
All I'm saying is, if you want that man, if you go around saying I'm a boss bitch, I make my own
Yeah,
decisions.
yeah,
All the guys like, okay.
They get it. I think they'll get intimidated. You know what I
I'm a
mean?
damn-
No,
Damsel
it's
distress.
not intimidated. It's just we're looking for different things.
It's just like basically it's like a turn off. You're saying
Yeah.
like, well, what do I need? You know what I mean? Like,
What do
she
you
don't
need?
need
Like, what do
me.
you need me for then?
Yeah,
you just
they
told me
wanna
that you don't
take care
need
of
me.
somebody.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
a man that's very decisive as a leader, he wants to make decisions. If he hears a woman say, "I'm a boss bitch, I make all decisions," of all, then I can't play my
I
role.
have no role.
Yeah. You're making all the decisions. I
Yeah.
want to make the decisions. So I guess this is going to be a conflict
Yeah.
if we're both making decisions.
Yeah.
Because then I have to find a woman that's willing to allow me to make decisions. So it's not about intimidation. We're not intimidated by women who are independent, who are masculine, or who are very successful.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to us as long as we can feel your femininity
Yeah.
and you're willing to submit to him. So I know a lot of career-oriented women who are very successful in the workplace, but when they come home, they let the man take over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But a lot of women can't turn that off. It's really, I think it's really hard to do, especially if you've been single and you've been working and taking care of yourself for a long period of time.
Yeah.
So you're kind of conditioned that way.
Mhm.
But there's some things you probably have to learn to undo.
Yeah, for sure. I
Yeah.
think I've heard that a couple of times.
Yeah.
Like people will tell me, like, dude, you just need to
You're
like
so
stop. Like, just let me do it. And I'm like, well, fuck
Yeah.
my bad, man. I've been fucking doing it for hella years. Like,
It's like if you're not gonna do it,
I
I'll
don't
do
know.
it.
Yeah, I don't know how to
calm
turn
down,
off,
let
or
him-
I just get it
let him-
done.
Yeah.
And it's like, what do you mean you did it already? Like,
Yeah.
well, I thought you'd be happy.
You didn't give him a chance.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's up, everybody? On the live chat, I see you guys out there, or already, man, you guys are going. I don't know what you guys are saying on the live chat, but you guys are going off. I see Life with Melissa. Hey, what's up, Life with Melissa? I see a couple of new names on here.
She said, I'm here for Tiny Ted.
I see
No,
Cerna
somebody
Fam
tried to
X4. Fam X4. I see you. I see Dimitri Harris. Segments. Akon Ali. I see you on there already. And live from Section 8. Hey, what's up, live from Section 8? All right. All right. So appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys on the live chat. Keep it coming on the live chat. Let me know what you guys think. And of course, if you want to drop a super chat, if you have any questions, I know some of you, I think Milagros, you tried to drop a super chat, but if you have any questions or topics that you want us to talk directly or respond to, ask it through a super chat, donate to the channel. Like if you see value in if you see value in the content, drop a super chat. And of course, don't forget, you guys can join the podcast. All right. There's a way to join, become a supporting member on my locals community page. It's posted on my YouTube live chat. Click on that link, become a supporting member, and the link is already posted there. And you can jump on the last hour and you can be part of our conversation virtually, like a Zoom call. All right. So I definitely would love to hear from different opinions. I know there's a lot of guys on here talking on the live chat. So
I want to hear opinions from people that don't agree with
yeah,
us.
I want to agree. Yeah.
Where's all my haters?
Yeah.
Especially the guys, right? Especially the guys on the
Yeah, I
live
want to
chat.
hear what guys have to say.
I know. I always encourage the guys to come on. I think a lot of the guys on my previous podcast were upset.
Oh no.
Yeah, they were upset of the way I conducted that podcast because we were disagreeing on a lot of things, and in their mind that even though I disagree, I did say my say, but I didn't. A lot of them were saying that I didn't hold these women accountable, and for me in my pocket, there's a lot of different podcasts out there. There's a lot of different podcast relationships, and then for the sake of clicks, a lot of guys are like, if you disagree, like most guys on some other podcasts, say he disagreed with a lot of you guys, right?
Oh yeah, he would have called us out.
He'll call us up, but then like he'll be very direct, or they'll yell, or try to like really emphasize that you're not gonna find a half-valid man, or you're the problem, right? The way I see it for me, because I'm different, I think my ultimate goal with this podcast, I think that's the ultimate goal for any dating relationship podcast, is to, number one, find relationships and find a partner at the end, right? And I think if you're having conversations with women, especially women who have different experiences, who've grown at a different age than our parents, I think calling out women or holding women accountable, I don't think that's the correct way to bring men and women together. I think the conversation should be is, I can still disagree with you as a woman. I'm gonna let you know, look, I disagree with you. This is how men see it. But my goal is for you to kind of see it from the men's perspective and finally take responsibility for your own self.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, after we leave this podcast, I can't fix your life.
No.
I can't fix your dating relationship life.
Yeah.
But as long as we have this conversation, you probably hear a different
Make you
perspective.
Think
Yeah,
a little
make
bit
me
different,
something
like, oh,
click
shit,
or
you
open
know
up
what?
your mind to
Now I'm
something
gonna
else.
go home
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
be like, you know what, babe, I
Yeah.
really do appreciate
So,
all
I'm
the
gonna be
shit
a
you
real
do for
damsel of
your-
distress.
I'd be real nasty. I'm just kidding.
And I tell the guys all the time, like if you're looking for me to go off on these women and to put them women down or tell them that they're never gonna find a man, then I'm not the podcast for you.
Yeah.
You know, I've been raised a different way. I come from a different culture where we really look at women at a higher regard. In my culture, is women have a higher standing socially and culturally than the men. So we have a deep respect for women. So that's the way I conduct myself when around women.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm going to disagree, but at the end of the day, I just want to offer you a different perspective and see if anybody, and then if you can take responsibility for your own life to fix your issues, then that's my ultimate goal.
I'm gonna be fixing a few things when I
looking
leave
in the
it.
mirror is one of the hardest things, right? My dad always told me, like, you want change, Mija, then you gotta change.
Yeah.
You have to make changes, right?
Yeah.
Because we're so caught up in like, oh, well, they didn't do this, he didn't do that, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. We're like, hold on, sis. What are you not doing, or what can you do more of to bring that out of him, right?
Yeah.
Like, because for me, like, I had to change and look at myself in the mirror. That was one of the hardest things, is to look at myself in the mirror and tell myself, no, girl, you need to do this. You got a fucking attitude. You know what I mean? Or you this, or you know what I mean? So to look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself what you got to check yourself about, it's one of the hardest things. And most people don't want to do that.
Yeah. And I do a masculine podcast with guys. So like, we work on ourselves to be better men. And I think one of the things I always say to the guys, hey, I mean, it's a live chat. You guys can come on here. You guys can say your piece to these women. But if any of the guys in the live chat are always saying, hold these women accountable, because at the end of the day, I always believe whatever quality or whatever value that you want out of your woman, make sure you carry that same quality for yourself.
I always say what's good for you is good for me.
Yeah.
If you don't want,
so,
you know.
If you want, so if these guys are watching the live chat, say, hold these women accountable. My question to those guys, okay, if you want me to hold these women accountable, do you hold yourself accountable in your own life?
Yeah.
So if you do, then maybe that's a fair point. But I know most guys who come on this live chat and try to
Everybody's quick to point the finger.
point the
But
finger.
no one looks at themselves.
At the end of the day, are you holding the values and the values and morals that you want women to act upon today? Do you have the same values and morals for yourself as a man? So that's my only issue with these guys. A lot of times they come on here.
My question is like, would you want, whether it be your son or your daughter, to date someone like you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we're teaching our kids, our sons, how to treat women, and we're teaching our daughters what's acceptable for men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, if you go, be like, oh, I wouldn't date me. Like, maybe you got to change some shit about yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the same guys who are complaining about women not carrying themselves at a high standard and want to hold women accountable, these are the same guys that's liking all these model pics. These are the same guys subscribing to OnlyFans.
It's my thing too. Like, you don't want your woman to look like that, and you don't like that for your woman, but you want to like it on social media. You know what I mean? So for a woman, it can be a little brain fuck. Like, hold on, like, well, this is what you like. I'm gonna post this because this is what you like.
Yeah,
this
I'm
is
gonna wear that
everything
because that's what you like.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
And I mean, and for me, that's why I'm comfortable. Even you guys are all beautiful, but I'm comfortable of expressing my disagreements. For you guys, it's things I don't agree with you, and also trying to hold you guys to a higher standard, because I do that for myself.
Yeah.
You know, I push myself as hardest, and I hold myself to a higher standard. So, and I think that's how men should act when it comes to relationships. But I know a lot of guys, they want to hold the women to a high standard, but they don't even have that high standard for themselves. But they act like it on the live chat.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but nevertheless, I appreciate you guys as always. I do have another video I'm going to play. It's related to social media, ruin dating and relationships. But before I play that video, anything that comes to mind you guys want to add on, or about social media being ruined by dating and relationships? Oh, there was one thing I forgot to.
The long side though.
Because
Spit
I
it
don't want to
out.
blame social media, but I feel like social media played a huge part in my last relationship with him cheating and just being a dog ass motherfucker. You know what I mean? But again, it was just him as a person.
How was he cheating online?
Like meeting girls through social media,
Oh, okay.
like, you know, like literally meeting them through
Using
social
it as an
media.
outlet, as a dating
DMing
app,
them, and then
basically.
you meet them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I don't hate social media. I actually love social media a lot. So
Yeah.
that's why I
Social
say
media
like,
is just the tool. It's not the problem.
Yeah, that's
The
why I'm
problem is
saying,
the
like, I don't-
person using
Yeah.
the tool.
yeah,
I say this all the time. Social media is not the problem, you know?
Okay.
it's
So
not the problem, but it plays a role.
Yeah, it plays a role.
let
It's
me
how you
play.
use it.
As always, I'm gonna give a shout out to the live chat.
Hey,
I love that
noise.
Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys as always on the live chat. And let me play this video. Okay, this is a video I saw went viral online, and let me see. It's about social media. So let me react to it, and you guys can react to it as well.
Oh, Stern, I agree.
It's like living up to the plate.
Okay, so I just think of this. There's one of you, and there's the whole population of men.
He can be, you know, the whole package, but because of socials, you're like, oh, but so I feel like a lot of people struggle to build something with someone because they're always thinking, there might be something better out there.
Okay. So that was a video I saw that went viral online, and I think the other video in the first one talked about it a little bit more. It said that social media sometimes create this illusion that people think that they have a lot of options, especially and I think especially for women, because for women you get a lot of likes from men. All right, you get a lot of attention from men. A lot of women don't understand that the only men who are getting likes and attention are the top tier guys. The bottom guys are probably like the bottom 60-70% of men are getting no DMs or no attention.
People are sitting there liking every single picture.
Yeah.
It got too much time on their hands.
But because of men, the way we're built, the way we're wired, when we see something sexy, there's an impulse in us to like, okay?
Double tap.
So, you know, if they see, it doesn't matter how attractive the woman is, but if she's a 10 or she's with a 1, if they see ass and titties, they're gonna like, right? But that's why it's important for men to have discipline, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the things that we always talk about here on the Masculine Mind. You gotta have a discipline as a man to be considered a high quality man. But what are your thoughts? I know all of you guys are social media. Do you think that sometimes when the social media, it can kind of give you an illusion? If you're getting a lot of likes from these guys, so you think that you have a lot of options. So a lot of girls will date a guy, right? Say a girl will finally meet a good guy, right? But then she sees all the other guys on social media, so she thinks, maybe I could get something better. And she'll leave something that's good, she has for sure right now, and she'll leave him for the potential of finding something better. But then obviously there's only 20% of guys that's part of that group, and that's not enough men to wipe up every single woman out there, and she'll lose out at the opportunity. So do you think social media creates illusion for a lot of women that they think they have more options than they currently believe that they can get?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Have you guys ever gone through that?
I haven't gone through it lately, but I mean, definitely I can recall a time where I was talking to somebody and then I was really popping on social media. So I was like, fuck this motherfucker, we out. But that was a really long time ago. And I feel like it was the mindset that I had at that time. You know what I mean? I was really young. But yes, I think that social media gives us a lot of attention and can create illusions, not just for women, but for men also. Yeah.
Okay. Shamari?
I don't think of it as having options because, again, it's work for me. So I don't cross the business and personal boundary in my head because it's work. And I make it very clear that I'm not on there for dating. So when people are liking my stuff or trying to chat, or they'll hit me up for work and then try to do bait and switch and want to take me out to dinner, I'm like, that's not what we're talking about.
Bait and switch.
For me, it's very easy because it's work but I get how if you're posting on a personal page and you're going through something with somebody that you're with, you could have that inclination of, oh, well, this person likes me, this person, you know what I mean? And that could drive something for some people.
Yeah, like if you're in an argument with your man or whatever, and then, you know what I mean, you're getting hell of attention from social media, then it's like, well,
because now we have access to people that we usually wouldn't have access to before.
Yeah.
So I get it how it can play a role, but for me, it's not. I don't view it that way.
It's not about, you said about access. It's not that you have access to all men. I think I wouldn't say it's a problem. I think it's a natural consequence. Now all women have access to all the top tier men, right? All the men that you guys would want, you have access to them. You could literally DM him if you want to, or send him a picture if you want to, right? So I think what happens is a lot of women have access to these men, and of course these guys who have a lot of options, they're gonna take those options, right? And they'll have sex with these girls But then a lot of girls don't know the difference between sexual attention and commitment attention. Just because this guy wants to have sex with you, that's considered a high value guy, or he has high status, doesn't necessarily mean he wants to make you a wife.
Yeah, true.
So
I think people get confused too when they see a man or that was in a previous relationship and they've seen how he was with her, or vice versa, a woman how she was with him. People think that they're gonna be like that with you. So you're like, oh, I can have him, I can have her. Like, oh, he's a good man. Look what he does for her. Like he'll do that same shit for me.
Yeah,
and it's not
comparison,
it's not,
right?
Yeah, it's not like that. Like what one man does for you may not even do for the next, or vice versa. Yeah.
And do you think that you made a great point about one of the problems of social media is especially if you're starting off in a relationship, you guys haven't really fully committed to each other, right? But especially if you're a girl, you have a lot of attention from guys, right? You're always gonna have some kind of attention from guys, and all these guys are in DMs are gonna say all the things that you want to hear. So if you have an argument with a guy, and then you don't like him at that moment, but then you go to your DMs and you're getting all these guys, giving you a different. They're saying, you're beautiful.
Good morning, beautiful.
Good morning, beautiful. If he's not willing to do that, I'll do that for you.
Yeah,
right.
But it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
To me, it's like for you, DMs. Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. All this. But if it's not coming from the right person, like if it's not coming from your
that's
person,
so true.
then it don't mean shit.
Could be 100 DMs, but if it ain't that one.
But if it ain't from that person that you want it doesn't feel special. It doesn't mean shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what if it comes from that one that's your type, but obviously that guy that's your type is not the one. He has no plans for you as far as commitment. He just wants to sleep with you. But a lot of girls will see that one.
That's that thing. You're gonna lose him how you got him. You know what I mean?
Fuck around and find out.
Yeah, fuck around and find out. Huh?
Do you think? What are your thoughts about social media being a deal breaker or red flag in a relationship?
Like if you get with somebody and they're like, delete your Instagram.
So say you met the man that you guys just described, right? You finally met a good man that's committed to you, provider, protector. He's competent, he's confident, he's masculine. He wants to take care of you, and he wants to take care of you for his whole life. But I guess his only boundary is like, you know what? I don't want to deal with anything with social media.
Oh, I'll delete that shit. Find me a show to watch at home.
Would you guys? Because he understands the risks that social media brings to the relationship.
But I feel like this is going to be different again because their social medias is their work, their career. You know what I mean? So it's easy for somebody like me, like it's just for fun. So I'm going to take it down.
Yeah.
No problems. It's not going to fuck with my money.
Somebody like
but
us,
it's going to fuck with your guys' money.
It'll fuck with my money. Like people don't see you. People don't see the content. People don't see the traffic. People don't see that, whether you're doing it on the without the social media or not. Social media plays a really big part in how, and how
and being seen.
Yeah, how businesses work and move and how they progress, because social media is a free outlet. It's free. You know what I mean? So everybody's on social media, all different outlets, promoting and reposting, and it's networking,
Okay.
But for like how Rocky said, like, if it was just my regular social media and I'm not using it like that, I don't give a fuck about social media. Do I want this is my thing. Like I always say, like, I don't care what people on social media think. It's that people around me, my real friends, like, you know what's up, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I care about. You know what I mean? Like the outside world, I don't care what they think they know, you know what I mean? But as long as my circle knows, and that's what matters to me. But I think that
it would depend on where you're going with your family. Like what part of the level of the relationship
are you guys quitting your career? Like, are you done with that?
Have we had the conversation where you're providing them now everything and you want me to retire? And then if we've made an agreement and that's what we're doing, then it's different.
Yeah.
But if that conversation hasn't taken place
and you're just butthurt and you just want him to take it down,
then it's gonna be one of those things where we're gonna be like,
it's gonna be an argument.
Yeah.
Say you met a guy that's that he can financially take care of you, that you don't have to work. Like you can retire and he's gonna take care of you for the rest of your life, and you're gonna live the life that you want. He can afford that lifestyle that you want. Are you guys willing to retire from your career? because he can pay and more.
See, this is the thing though. See, it depends on who you're asking. Because for me, I came out of a relationship where I was taken care of, all those things, right?
Yeah.
But when he showed me that in a blink of a moment, he can take all that shit away from me and I have nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Then
that's gonna scare somebody like you to step into that
then
world
it
again.
scares me to be like, you know what? I'll throw it all away. Whatever I built in these last couple of years, I'll throw it all away because you said you're gonna take care of me.
Yeah.
But then it puts me in that
Feel like
same
that's
position.
risky.
Yeah. To be put in the same position for what already
Again.
happened. You know what I mean? Because I was so submissive. I was so whatever you say.
You were a good woman.
You know what I mean? And sometimes situations like that can not necessarily turn you bitter, but make you think a little bit different,
Just more cautious, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, like I don't have a problem with like doing all that, but in the back of my mind, I'm still thinking like, am I willing to stop how I make money for someone to show me that they can take it away from me again?
Yeah.
Well, it's
You know
not
what I mean?
necessarily saying that you wouldn't have your own money though. That'd be another
Yeah, well,
conversation to have, because you could still have your own money, you could still have your own account, but that would be another conversation.
Yeah.
Also held. But it's a lot of unknowns, and we're just speaking hypothetically. But like, if you have a good person and they're going to do everything they say they're going to do, and they want you to retire and help them, and then definitely be open for it.
So, I mean, for you, Tiny, if you met that man, you would be willing to do it again if you met that man?
Yeah, I actually met someone. I actually met a man, and he's really fucking good to me. You know what I mean? And it's different, this relationship. I say, like, before it was a problem. My social media was a really, really, really big problem, you know? But this time around, my tolerance on things, I think, is a little bit shorter, you know? But thank God that he's understanding. He like I said, encourages it, but to a certain extent, you know, they're like the respect level. Like, for instance, the skirt situation, that was a real life situation. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, fuck, baby, you look fucking good, you know, but your skirt's a little short, like it's just a little cheeky, you know what I mean? Like, one wrong move and you see all the ass, which I respect it, you know what I mean? Like, okay, like, yeah,
you want to show me? Okay,
baby. You know what I mean? I'll wear some chonies, you know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's better for him to communicate it instead of a guy that just allows you to do it, but then he resents you. Making you feel in his mood, his behavior. He's acting all bitchy, not like a you know, and you're like, what,
like what's wrong with you? Why are you mad?
Why
don't you man up and tell me what's going on?
Yeah, like I would rather, like I said, like I need somebody to tell me, like, hey girl, like I feel like you disrespected me because you said you don't give a fuck about whatever, or I feel like you were not presenting yourself in a certain way because you was out there looking like a hoochie mama. You know what I mean? But for me, it's like you got to tell me what I'm doing wrong, or tell me what I said, or tell me so that I can fix it. I can't
obviously
fix
if I'm doing it, I don't think it's
I'm not
disrespectful.
psychic, and I'm not going into something thinking like, oh, I'm gonna go disrespect him. I'm gonna go post this picture. You know what I mean? But in the same sense, like I need you to tell me, like, hey, baby, this is why, the reasoning why, and then it's either up to you to be grown enough to be like, damn, okay, you know what, babe, my bad, I'll fix it, or like, how do we fix it? You know what I mean? Or you can just be confrontational, and then there you go. There's your argument.
Fuck
you know?
that, I ain't taking shit off.
You know what I mean? Me 10 years ago would have been like, fuck you. I'm wearing what I want, how I want, when I want, you know? But you grow, you mature, you know what I mean? You compromise.
Okay. So all you guys would, if you met the right man that's willing to be the provider protector, and you have that discussion beforehand, and willing to retire you, and you can live the best quality of life, you guys will be willing to do that.
Yeah, I think any smart woman
would.
Yeah.
No, I think I've had conversations with women before on this podcast. I think.
Have you had women say no?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sure there is. Like I said, me 10 years ago, bitch, I would have been like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to tell me what to do. You're not going to tell me what, you know?
Yeah. From the conversations from those women, their reasoning is they think it's controlling.
I don't think
and also the risk of, okay, what happens if my man leaves me and I have nothing, right? And then I have to restart, and I'm going to restart from scratch, right? But I think that can be solved from the very beginning of the relationship, making sure that you vet the man.
Yeah.
If you make sure he has certain qualities, he has certain values, make sure he has some certain morals, right? And make sure he has those things before going into a relationship.
Yeah.
I think we do the opposite today. It's like we have sex, have kids, and then we figure out later if this is a good person.
And you know what? I
Yes,
don't even mean to put my business out there. But this is the first
But we gonna put it out
relationship-
there.
Yeah, we're gonna put it out there. Go ahead, nosies. Everybody listen. Screenshot this.
Chime in. Well, Tabitha's telling the business. Everybody record.
Never mind. No,
Flashback.
no, but this relationship was actually really different for me. You know, usually, and it sounds horrible, but usually, you know, people you fuck and then you get to know each other, right? Like you go have sex and then you get to know each other and you like realize you don't even fuck with them like that. You know what I mean? But this relationship was totally different for me.
Yeah.
I went months and months, just no physicalities at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to really like explore somebody's mind and like beyond not like just a surface level type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was just way different.
Yeah.
Building
Then-
a solid foundation
Yeah,
of
yeah.
friendship. And we have that.
Then to like now when the physicalities happen for all you nosy people that want to know, yes, it happened.
Yes, it happened.
But now it's
It's different.
different. Like I say all the time, like, excuse my language, but I'm at that age where you have to do more than just get my vagina wet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there, it's not happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can't
Stimulate your mind,
Yeah,
Craig.
you got to stimulate my mind, not
Yeah.
just my vagina. You know what I mean?
Was that something that you obviously you guys know guys we want sex, all right?
Yeah.
And whether it was the first day or the
Yeah.
6th day or 10th day, whatever. All right.
30,
A couple hours
30
in.
days.
All right.
4 months later.
So we'll take it. You know, if it's given, we'll take it. But obviously, you went through some previous relationships, so you want to do something different.
Yeah.
Did you communicate that to him that you're gonna withhold from the physical part until we really get to know each other?
Oh, there was conversations had like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, how long before he started like, hey,
So,
yeah.
For a while.
So yeah, it
How
was
long?
about I said it was like about 5 months,
so 5 months?
4.5, 5 months.
Oh, then he finally brought it up?
Then we finally
No, he finally
did the deed.
Oh no, I'm not saying like 5 months. but,
Brought it up.
like when did you start like bringing
what
it
was the
up?
conversation that was
When he
had?
finally
no,
just started out?
there was no sexual conversation at all whatsoever. And that's why I said this really.
So it just didn't. It wasn't talked about or
It wasn't
anything.
like
it just
anybody
wasn't
else.
brought up.
Everybody else is like, oh my God, you're so hot. Like the things I can do to you and my dick pic and fuck this. And, you know what I mean? But it's in our human nature when you're sexually attracted to somebody to just be like, oh, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't
Uncle
know, it's just
Chino
this
about
ti-
it?
Yeah. This time around for me, it was different. And I think it made, no
Difference.
lie, it made a big difference. It made a fucking big
Yeah.
difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you guys?
Surprising.
You're smiling, so it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the main issue for a lot of women is they're unwilling to let that man come take care, because they're afraid
Yeah.
that if the man leaves, then she has nothing. But I think if you look back to our history, all our moms, great grandmas, they were all that type of relationship. So obviously it's alive. Obviously it's something worked. So it doesn't mean that it's not possible today. But I think today more than ever, I think we do the opposite. I think that's the problem. We have sex, have kids, and then we figure out if we're right for each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Or you're stuck.
Yeah.
Or you
right.
feel
There's a
stuck.
lot of people right now with the financial situation in the world that they're in relationships unhappy, but they can't afford to separate.
How they
Yeah.
say it's cheaper to keep her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, divorce. Yeah, well, divorce, right?
There's a lot of people struggling, or if they are trying to separate, now you're going from a 2-income household
Yeah.
to one, so it is hard for women to, and luckily now a lot of women do work. So it's not probably as hard as it was a long time ago
Yeah.
if there was separation, because now there's a lot of 2 incomes. So you're going from 2 to 1, but at least you still have something.
Yeah.
But when you're giving up and retiring, that's why I say, like, to me, I would never want to fully relinquish my own financial independence, whether or not I'm working or it's money that you're giving me to put in an account that's my own. That would be a discussion. If I'm going to give up all my income, well, where is my money coming from?
But I guess the argument, the pushback argument for women who say, I'm afraid that the man might leave and and not leave me with anything. I think in America, for a lot of men, if you look at the statistics, it's not really the men leaving, it's the women leaving the relationship.
Oh yeah, I did see that
Because
statistic.
I think 70-80% of divorces are initiated by men.
By the way.
So when women say, you know what, I'm afraid that he might leave, maybe traditionally back in the day I would understand that, but for what men are seeing is today is the women are choosing to leave relationship and they get divorced and then they have to go through divorce struggle, and a lot of guys get hit big time with their finances and they have to restart from scratch, whatever it's 30, 40, and a lot of guys go through it. So that's the question is, even the women are celebrities, like they find very highly successful men and they're still choosing to leave those highly successful men.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of guys today they're very against marriage today. They don't think that value. They don't think that it's worth the risk of getting married today, because
I don't
most
blame
of them today are
them.
leaving and they take everything, and then most of the time they get custody of the kids, so they lose their house, they lose their finances, their savings, and their family.
10 years is for the rest of your life.
Their family.
Yeah, definitely. When I got divorced, I left. I was the one that filed the papers, but I was working. I didn't put them. None of my kids, either of my kids' dads, are on child support. Like, you have your finances. You're maintaining your household. I'm maintaining, and then we go together. Like, we were adults about it. It was like co-parenting. We treated it like a business. So I didn't see any of that drastic stuff that you're talking about from my situation. But if now, because like I said, like I've been working my whole life. So now it's like, for me, if you want me to retire, like I still have to have my own account over here. Like, I'll retire, but that has to be a discussion of, I don't know. I don't see myself ever being 100% not having access to my own money. That would be my only.
Even if I do get married, I'll have my own account. We'll have a joint account, and then she can have her own account, and I'll put money in her account. So I like whatever you want to do your thing.
Yeah.
And then I want to do my thing. I don't have to
run it by you.
Yeah, I have to run it by you. I obviously we build trust. That we don't have,
to a certain extent.
Yeah, to a certain extent.
Don't go buy no house. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like I just want her to go, do whatever she wants to do with her money, and then we have the joint account for our family. I think we have to give each other some kind of independence, so we don't feel like restrictive.
Restricted, yeah.
We feel like
or like you are being controlled.
Even though I make the money, but I don't want her to feel like that she has to ask me.
Yes.
Like
that's good. I don't like that.
Yeah, I'll just give you your money. Go do your thing. Whatever you want to do your thing. I have my money. I do my thing. But then we'll have a joint account.
Yeah.
It makes things much easier. I think is when you have the same account and then now what do you do? Why'd you buy this? Why'd you buy this?
I can't imagine having to be like, hey, can I have money for coffee?
I've been there, girl. I've been there. Like, can I please have gas money?
That's just
Then you feel like a daughter and not a wife.
Yeah, I feel like a kid. I feel like someone's kid.
Then like every
I
feel like every household should have 3 accounts. Like, the husband has his own, the wife has his own, then you have the joint one where you're paying bills and things are going in and out. Then maybe even another one where you're just putting money away, saving, investing. But I don't want to feel like somebody's daughter. Like, I literally have to ask. Then you're taking away my role as being submissive and being a partner where you may need something and I don't have access.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I just want to work. I just want to work, do my thing, and then
and then you pick up the phone like, hey, babe, can you go do this and this and that?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't want her to call me all the time. Like, I need this, I need this, and this. Like, just let me do my work. And
I'm learning to not do those things. Like, to not be like, because I feel like too, like I think like I'm learning also that they feel a little disrespected, or like the significant other, like, for instance, I'm like that whole I don't need you type thing. You know what I mean? It's like, hold on. You do
need me.
And I know you said that you want a man, but you don't need a man.
Yeah.
Okay. What about how would you how would you feel if a man said that to you? He said, you know what? I want you, but I don't need you.
I would feel very offended.
Would you feel very offended?
Kind of, though.
I would be offended.
I don't think I would have felt.
I think
it's the difference between like, okay, I don't need you, but I want you.
To me, it's like,
damn, baby, like you like I don't need you, but you want me still. You know what I mean? Versus someone needing someone, you're like more prone to be like, damn, I need to stay because I need you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need you, baby. I want you.
No, I know. No, I understand that.
Oh, I get that. I get what you're saying.
I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying if a man we went on a date with the man, the first date.
Yeah.
All right, you're at the dinner table. All right, and he just said directly to you, "I want you, but I don't need you."
When I heard you say that, I felt something in my stomach. I was like, I don't like that.
This is on the first date. Yeah. How would that make you feel?
I don't know. Depending on the woman, I guess for me personally, it wouldn't make me feel any type of way.
Like, you sound hella cocky. I ain't fucking with you.
Yeah, to me,
context,
I would be like, oh, is that right?
No, like he just said it like not a disrespectful way. Like he's very respectful. He's a gentleman. But he just sat across from me on the table. You guys were eating dinner. He's like, just to let you know, I want you. I don't need
like,
you.
who the fuck?
My response would be likewise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't like that. I wouldn't even
would you get out very?
How I say it, like when I say it, it's coming from a loving place. It's not coming from like yeah, like it's not like.
I'm a very defensive person, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel any type of way.
Well, okay.
I would feel like that's right. You get what I'm saying? Like he wants me.
I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's not a need. It's a want.
It breeds confidence, and women are attracted to confidence.
No. Well, I'm just saying.
I wouldn't like that if you said that to me at the dinner table the first day. I
think I've had conversations with a lot of women. They would say, "I want a man, but I don't need a man." But then I will ask them the same question: if a man told you that directly to your face on the first date, you don't really know anything about each other, but he just told you, I want you, but I don't need you. A lot of them said they felt defensive. And what I'm trying to explain to you is that's how men feel.
Yeah.
When you guys are clearly saying that not only for yourself, but online, it's like, I don't want a man, but I want a man, but I don't need a man. So the man's like, okay, you want me, but you don't need me. Like, how do I feel secure about this relationship? How do I know that I have a place for relationship? Because that shows me that you can walk off.
What about when you don't want me?
When you don't want me no more, what if you wake up tomorrow and you don't want me anymore? That means you're gonna leave?
Because that happens.
All right.
Yeah. It
so
happens.
and that's but that's what I'm saying is usually that I want a man, but I don't need a man. It comes from a very independent mentality. And then you brought it up before. It's about interdependence, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think
Can we talk about interdependence?
Yeah.
That's the first time I ever heard that.
Right. Depending on each other.
Okay.
Right. There's nothing wrong with depending on your man to pay your bills.
Like, I need you and you need me. Like, we need each other as a
I like that.
team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That makes me feel good.
Yeah, because because even the reality is
It's
like
never 50-50.
the relationships is there's always risk, right? There's always risk, right? There's always risk in relationships. I'm not saying that every relationship is going to work out, but I think for a lot of women who, if you've never seen something healthy growing up from your own parents, or had bad experiences, then all you focus on is the risk. So even if you met a man that you could depend on, that could take care of you, you're not focused on what he can give you. You just focus on all the other men in my life, or my father in my life wasn't there. He's probably the same, even though he hasn't shown you anything otherwise to prove to you. I think that's what I see from a lot of women is, and a lot of guys like, you know what, I don't want to deal with that, because if you don't want me, if you say that you want me, you don't need me, because I think need is important. You both should need each other.
Yeah.
That's
need for something.
I depend on you.
Yeah.
I depend on me. I go to work, but I depend on you when I come home. I can't do the things that you do as a woman when you went for the household, the feminine.
Yeah, like
I don't know what you guys do.
Here, I need you to do these.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't survive. I wouldn't know what to do if I came home. After work, if I came home, and I wouldn't know what to do. That's why I need you.
Yeah.
That keeps the relationship strong. But the mentality, like, I want you, but I don't need you. I think that's a risk that she may walk on you one day if she doesn't want you no more. Right.
Shit.
Good conversations.
But nevertheless, appreciate you guys on the live chat. Thank you so much. As always, don't forget, if you want to jump on, click on that link. The link is posted on my locals account. So if you want to support the channel, click on that link and you'll be able to jump on. We're coming to the last hour. So once we get to the last hour, I'll open it up for you guys if you want to jump on and be part of the pod. To the fellas, I see some of the fellas on the live chat that you guys want to jump on. Just click on that link. All right, you know what to do. And you can jump on and you can talk directly to the ladies, whether you agree or disagree. All right, appreciate you guys. But as always, don't forget, if you have any topics or questions that you guys want to post, you guys want us to respond to, post it through the live, post on the live chat as a super chat. I see Black Zero. I see Kyle in the CV. Good to see you, Lissy. Lisa, I see you on here on the live chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys. But we're going to keep it moving with the social media. Has social media ruined dating and relationships? I know you brought up something about the 50-50. Like,
Yeah.
what was your take on
I
that?
don't think that relationships are 50-50. Sometimes they can be 60-40. Sometimes they can be 70 or 100-100.
Yeah.
It all depends on where
you
you're
at.
Yeah,
where
where
you
you're at in
Yeah.
life. You know what I mean? I just think that sometimes you have to give and more, and sometimes they have to give more. It's never 50-50.
I think going back to the interdependence, you're both bringing 100%,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're both bringing 100%.
Giving 100%.
But then there may be a day where something's going on and your partner is only at
Yeah.
80%. Maybe they're not feeling good. Maybe,
So it's at
you know,
80-20,
so now
some
you got to
days.
pull 120 for
Mhm.
them pulling
Yeah.
80.
Mhm.
And then it's going to be reversed. You know, you're supposed to support each other and help
Yeah.
each other, lean on each other and
Yeah.
depend. So in a perfect world, in a perfect relationship, that's how it should be. Everybody's bringing 100% and helping up each other out as you need.
Mm-hmm. And I'll be real with you that this discussion really did make me think different about the whole, I don't
Need- yeah,
I don't
men.
need you. I
Keep
want
saying that.
you. I don't, you know what I mean? I swear it made me think different because it's true. Who doesn't
Yeah.
want to feel? I want those things.
Don't you
I
wanna
want
feel
to
needed?
feel like
Yeah,
Don't you wanna feel needed?
absolutely.
I want to feel like
I want
I'm
you to need
wanted
me.
and needed. You know what I mean? Like I want you to feel like the household ain't running right.
Yeah,
unless
I
my
need to know
girl's
that you
here.
need me in the house.
Let me ask you.
Like,
Let me ask you guys this question. What
like I
feels
need you, okay? I need you.
what feels more romantically positive, right? I want you or I need you.
I need you.
And I say this. This is why I'm saying, like, I've said this just in the last couple of fucking days.
Yeah.
I've said this,
Yeah.
like, damn, like, I need you. Like, I fucking need you in my
Yeah.
life. You know what I mean? Not like the financial aspect, but just like the person,
your
what you bring to
person.
the table, who you are, how you make me feel. You know what I mean? All these emotions that I thought I never had anymore. Like all these
Yeah.
feelings, like I need that in my life.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
all right, ladies and
She's
gentlemen.
changed.
I'm
She's
fucking-
changed, guys.
Is there a sound effect for that? I'm trying to
Is there
stop
a
saying that
sound
shit.
effect, right? Yeah.
Come on, you came with your own sound effects.
Yeah.
You know, people. This is my opinion. That the women who say that they want a man but they don't need a man. In my opinion, is these women have a lot of.
It is.
It is all emotional
Like-
damage,
It
trauma.
is, though.
Like,
Mama's, I ain't trying to fix that shit.
Uh-uh.
I'm out.
It's not anybody's responsibility
Yeah.
to fix
No.
somebody
Yeah.
else. And that's where I think being honest and establishing a friendship first,
Yeah.
once you've been through things, if you're open and honest and everybody knows what they're getting into and what you're dealing
It
with,
turns out
you're
better.
giving people an opportunity to be like, yeah, I can rock with it.
Yeah.
I'm
Or
gonna
let
support
me get
you.
out now.
Or you know what?
That's
Let me
honesty.
just
You
be
wanna
your
fuck with it or
friend.
not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe
Yes.
you stay in a friendship role longer instead of jumping into a relationship that somebody's not ready for. So I think being open and honest about your traumas, I'd rather have all the deal breaker conversations on the first date and
Yeah.
just not waste each
Get
other's
it
time.
over
You know
with.
what? Let's just be friends and we can support each other through life. And then you never know what it might turn into later.
Mm.
But I'm very big on, I'd rather have all those conversations up
That's
front
true.
instead of,
Yeah.
making somebody think that life is going to be a certain way or that I'm perfect, knowing I've
No,
been through,
yeah.
Yeah.
been dragged through the
I
mud.
always say, like, I'm far from perfect. But two people can be perfect for each other, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because nobody's perfect. And I constantly say too, like, relationships who don't fight, relationships who don't have arguments and things like that.
Oh yeah.
Those
If
are
you're
the-
not growing,
Those are the relationships
yeah.
that have secrets, right?
Yeah.
And
Because-
where social media
Yeah,
is
it's the where
ruining
social media is the problem. Because I think that it's natural and it's healthy for
To
couples
disagree.
to have disagreements. If your significant other is always like yes, yes, yes,
Yes.
that's not a
That's
fucking
fucking
relationship.
annoying.
That's someone bowing down to you because they're scared that you're gonna leave them. You
Okay.
know what I mean? So I like the opinion.
Okay. No worries.
It's always how you handle the disagreements. 'Cause you can learn, you can grow together from them, or you can let it tear you apart.
And also, I think the 50-50, I think that creates a unhealthy competition and resentment. Because if you're going into a relationship thinking about 50-50, that means you're always measuring what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I think that creates
Yeah.
unhealthy
Yeah.
competition and
Yeah.
resentment.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I brought my half. Where's
Yeah.
your half?
Yeah.
exactly.
I
Exactly. That's what,
vacuumed 2 times.
And
Yeah.
it goes right back
Vacuum-
to,
yeah.
to the
All right.
I want you but don't need
yeah,
you.
yeah. I need you, but
I need a motherfucker. Okay, I said it. Okay.
but it creates competition because you're always measuring what they did. So, and I think that's unhealthy. I think the interdependence, right? Because it's up and down. Maybe you got me tomorrow, I got you tomorrow.
Yeah.
You got me today, I got you tomorrow. That's how relationships are.
Whether
right?
it be emotionally, financially.
Yeah, because life is
whatever.
up and down. Life is up and down. It's not straight. It's not perfect. A 50-50 only works in a perfect world. Like you guys are doing 50, but that's not reality. So it doesn't make sense. And I think those are just setups to fail.
Yeah.
All right.
I would say, like, you see those old people walking down the street and people always be like hashtag goals, right?
Mhm.
People always get this image of like, oh, their relationship's so perfect. Like, look at, they've made it so far. But like, you don't ever even know that those people have had trials and tribulations, ups and downs, you know, and it's not about what they went through. It's how they got through it.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's going to be good years and bad years.
All right. I see you, Balafessa, about to jump on as a public guest.
Be nice to
All
us,
right.
sir.
So we're just going to finish the last 15 minutes, Balafessa. Thank you for jumping on. And then I'm going to add you on the last 30 minutes and we can have our conversation. Don't forget, you guys can jump on and be part of a public guest. Join my locals account and be a supporting member. And whenever the guests come on, that's only going to be exclusive from my locals account. So when Balafissa jumps on to be part of the podcast, I'm going to stop the live stream and I'm only going to post that content on the locals. So if you want to see the ladies talking directly to the guys, you have to go and be a supporting member on my locals. Okay. But nevertheless, we have 15 more minutes before we bring Balafissa in. And we'll be able to have a conversation. And so for all the fellas out there, whether you agree or disagree, jump on, be part of the conversation, and we'll keep it moving. All right. So I have one more video I do want to play that's related to dating and relationships. So let me play this video real quick, and then we're going to react to it. And, well, I think we talked about this already, but we'll get to it.
I was going to say, I had a question that I want to hear.
Oh, you have a question?
Well, I was like, I just have a question that I want to hear people's opinions.
Go ahead.
How do we feel about guys that we're dating that are still following girls that they used to fuck with on social media?
No.
Well, let me play this video because it's pretty much related.
Okay, that's why I was like, okay, I want to see the video.
Do you want me following my exes?
That's a red flag. Yeah. Okay, so
I thought it was just me being jealous.
No, not at all.
Liking other females' pictures on social media. I feel like if it's like we talked about,
what pictures are okay for a guy to like? When
if it's like your homegirl, whatever, and she's on a trip, okay, you can like that, whatever. Or she's celebrating like a milestone, or whatever, graduation, no, whatever. But if it's like a girl's picture and she's like half naked, I think that's inappropriate. And if there's like a pattern, right? Let's say maybe it's one girl and you go through her thing and it's like liked by so and so, liked
same
by
girl.
Yeah, the same girl. That's inappropriate.
Good point.
If it's very revealing pictures, and it's like, dude. And then a lot of times, and some of those guys are like, man, I don't want my girl posting these type of pictures. But then why are you there liking other girls' pictures
that are
just like like that? So it's like, can't do that, bro. You know? So it's a matter of respect. Some people are like, oh, it's not a big deal. Well, if it's not a big deal, then don't do it. And if it matters a lot to your partner, respect that. You're with them for a reason.
Yeah, I think for those guys who say it's not a big deal, you motherfuckers know exactly what you're doing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know exactly what you're doing. Oh, it's harmless. What do you mean I can't like a picture? It's social media. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
That's it, though. It means you like it.
It means you like it.
Okay, so
But you can't wear it.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about liking obviously social media. We've heard it before in relationships before. That, the girls liking other men's pics or the guys liking other girls' pics. But we'll start with your question and then we'll come back to it.
Okay.
So your question is, how do we feel about men? Not men, but both men and women still following and liking their exes' pics, right?
Yeah. No, like still following them, like having them as a follower. Yeah. And they're liking each other's stuff. And it's like, oh, we're just friends,
No, you weren't friends.
I don't like it. I think it's wrong. But I was just asking because I'm like, am I just a jealous ass bitch? Or is this, do we all agree on this?
It's logical, but
No,
I'll start with Shamari.
I don't follow any of mine online. They don't follow me, but it's not like I really don't place that much importance on social media. Like if I was with somebody and they're liking pictures, that doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
But I think it's also because I'm in the industry. So it's
Yeah.
like, I get it. Like,
Yeah.
like I have a lot of male friends, that platonic male friends I've known forever. We worked together. We went to school together. I've never tried to be with you. You've never tried to be with me, but you're showing me support. I've met your wife. I know your family. I know your girl. Like, I'm one of those girls that you don't have to worry about me.
Yeah.
But I get that there's a lot of other people out there in the world that's not
Is
like
he
that.
like a normal person, a friend, or like whatever, someone that you haven't had sexual encounters with?
Yeah, that's what I
it's
mean.
whatever. But if it's somebody that you guys obviously have hooked up, there's been something there. There's a there
Like
was
you
a
guys used to
previous
fuck with each other.
relationship,
Now you're just
like,
friends.
yeah, then no. If you're choosing to be in another relationship, then why do you need to go back and go and like on those pictures or even
I don't give a fuck if she just graduated.
yeah, I don't care. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a certain line, there goes that line of respect again,
Yeah.
that he has to be smart enough to know, hey, should I cross this line? Is it gonna make her upset?
Yeah.
Yeah, any bitch would get upset if you like your ex's pictures. It's just in our human nature.
Yeah.
You know, and anybody who says, oh, I don't give a fuck, it don't bother me. If it's the person's ex, you know what I mean? Something
I'm
they had-
bothered.
yeah, someone that they had sexual whatever
Yeah,
with, it's
relationships,
gonna
yeah.
bother you.
What if they say,
Whether you admit it or not.
I'm just playing the devil's advocate.
Okay.
All right.
What if they say we're just friends?
Nah.
We left, we
But I've heard that people
Yeah.
have told me that. It's like, oh, we're just friends.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
it's my ex, but we left. We separated, but it was
she's really
mutual-
cool with my sister.
Yeah,
Still.
mutual respect.
Let her be cool with your sister.
But we're just friends.
No, you don't need friends.
Yeah.
I don't think that when you're in a
That's
relationship
not
that
a
men
friend,
should have
though.
friends.
That's your ex.
Because
There's a difference between a friend
Yeah.
and your ex.
There's a difference
Yeah.
between a friend and a friend that you fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
let's keep it G. Like
Yeah.
anybody would be upset if you're still having some type of relationship with somebody that you had intercourse with.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And if it was just a mental thing, it's even worse for me.
Yeah.
Because you, like I said, like sometimes it's easy when you were younger, like to go fuck Tom, Dick, and Harry, and there's no emotion attached, right?
Yeah.
But when it's mental and there's
Yeah.
a connection there, that's more dangerous than
Yeah.
any
Yeah, than
hookup
anything.
at all. You know?
Because emotions always come back.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you gotta shut that door.
Mhm.
Yep.
If you leave that door open,
Then you're right there.
Yeah, exactly.
You're letting them know that there's opportunity.
Yeah.
Opportunity,
to
exactly.
go back,
Yeah.
because relationships up and
Test
down.
Like
That's our-
access.
Mhm.
That's where it is. Access.
Access denied. He needs
Yeah.
to put access denied.
Access. Yeah. What's access denied?
Denied.
Just
Yeah, just put like access denied. All right. You wanted to say something? Oh, okay. Yeah, because for me, it's if the ex is something in your past, then if it's in the past, why?
in the past
yeah,
for a reason.
yeah, it's done.
Yeah.
Would you
Why-
need a reminder
why-
of why it didn't work out?
Yeah.
Does- you know,
Like, do you
if
need
you're-
a
if you're
Or
really-
you're like holding her in the back pocket. Just
Yeah,
in
like,
case.
Just in
No.
case as a backup
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah, that makes me
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
like for me, it's like when I'm done with something, I'm done. I don't want to
Yeah.
even know what they're doing, but not in a way like I don't.
No bad ill. Just
Yeah, not bad ill. Be the best. Go live your
Go
life.
over there,
Be
though.
happy. Find
Yeah,
be
yeah.
successful. But I don't want to know about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm moving forward. Because obviously, relationships we still have emotions tied to it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to
may
deal with it.
trigger you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be part of
bring
that
back
anymore.
old feelings or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And anybody that still wants to be friends with their ex or following their ex, then I think there's a door open. They're waiting for just as
You
a
never
possibility.
really close the door.
Yes.
To me, it's like if you're still interested and curious about what's going on over there, then that door was never really closed.
Yeah.
You
Because
know what I mean?
if you're fully
And don't try to open one over here.
Yeah.
if you're fully in love and you're satisfied with your current relationship,
That's-
there's
that's
no looking
irrelevant.
There
back.
isn't.
That's
There is no
I
looking
feel
back.
like there's
You
tunnel
get tunnel-
vision. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Out my
I don't
mouth,
see
you-
shit.
Tunnel vision.
Yeah, there's no reason why to look back. But if you're looking back, then you're currently something you're not
Yeah.
satisfied.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're
Then
still
clip off those
you still have
ties.
connections.
Yeah,
you still
there's
have
still
connections.
something.
So it's still following is a red flag. Being friends with your ex is a red flag.
Yeah.
Okay.
For anybody.
All right. Everybody on the live chat, let me know. Let me know what you guys think on the live chat about that. But yeah, to react to that video about guys liking other girls' pics. So what are your thoughts on that? So if you're in a relationship with a guy and he's liking other girls' picture on Instagram, like how do you feel about it?
I feel like I like when he said that if it's like the same girl, because I've done that before where I'm like looking and I'm like, oh yeah,
Why
she's
do you
hot.
like
I
everything
like
on
the
her
picture
page?
too, you know? But then it's like you hop into her page and it's like, oh, you like this one and you like this one. So you like the pattern, like, so you like that bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a
Yeah.
problem. I feel like before I really didn't have too much of an issue with it. I don't know. Haven't been in a relationship in a while. But yeah, for me personally, I do feel some type of way when I see my man liking another girl's picture.
For me, I don't think I get upset if it's another female's picture, right? Because fuck, guys like my shit all the time, right? And it's nothing. I don't give a shit about none of that. You know what I mean? But it's the type of pictures that you're liking.
Give me an example.
You know what I mean?
Give me an example.
No, if you're liking her and she's bent over and she ain't got nothing but a thong on, or you know what I mean, she's just twerking and all you see is ass, then hey, like what the fuck, like why are you just liking all that stuff? You know what I mean? But if you see a beautiful woman, I mean, I'm not a hater. Like, I'm not necessarily that you're a hater, but it doesn't make me feel uncomfortable for him to like another beautiful woman's picture. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't like
but it to me, it depends on what the picture sounds weird, but it depends on what the picture is.
I just don't like it
you know
because
what
I think that
mean?
you can scroll past it. Like you could be like, oh, she's so beautiful,
but
I'm gonna keep scrolling because I know it's gonna hurt my
Yeah,
girlfriend's
that's what I'm
fucking
saying.
feelings.
Like if I know, obviously if he knows, like, hey,
because
this is a problem.
I'm like, oh damn, he's fine, but I'm not gonna like the fucking picture because I don't want my man to see me like that picture. I think it's disrespectful.
Yeah, he needs to understand that if it's a problem in your relationship, then he should be willing to make some adjustments.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So if you're already voicing your opinion, like, hey, you're like going savage, like in all these bitches' pictures, like it's making me feel uncomfortable. Now it's up to him. Now it's up to him to make.
You like white girls? I'm Mexican.
You know what I'm saying? But now it's up to him to make to decide. Like, damn, like maybe I am doing all this shit. Like maybe I need to be more respectful. And not saying that he's being disrespectful because to him it's not being disrespectful, but to you're taking it as disrespect because you have already voiced your opinion. I don't like it. You know what I mean? So now it turns into now you're disrespecting me.
I think it also depends on the relationship with the girl. Is it just random girls or is it honest to
The same
God?
bitch.
Is it like but
Or
like
is it like a follower or
my
something?
situation, like where I have a lot of people who I'm just legitimate friends with
Mhm.
and they support what I'm doing. So they're on there liking my stuff. They don't repost it, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that would be disrespectful
Yeah.
if they're reposting me on their page where their family is like, why are you reposting her pictures?
Yeah.
In her stories. Like I get why a lot of people who are in serious relationships don't repost, even if it is work related and they want to support me, they might like it, you know what I mean? But they're not going to publicly go out there and put my
Like
face
shout
on
out
their
to my
page.
girl. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't know. For me, I don't read too much into the likes myself. It doesn't bother me at all. If you're supporting people, whether it's random people from work, people, you know, like I've always been so secure in myself. It doesn't bother me. But what I find to be a problem is when you're not taking care of home with me and everybody else is a sexy bitch.
Yeah. My
Like,
thing is,
you should
nobody
never-
can make you jealous, but the person that you're with. Another woman can't make me jealous.
So do you feel like that's me being jealous?
No.
What I'm saying is like another woman can make me jealous, but your man can make you jealous, right? Because of the things that he's doing, right?
So if your man's not complimenting you and constantly feeding you, saying you're sexy, you're beautiful, but he's
over there liking other people,
then that would be a problem. And that's where it's been a problem before.
Yeah.
It's like, well, why are you always complimenting all these
but you
other
can't give me
females
one.
and you're liking their
you didn't
stuff
tell
and
me I
then you
was
treat me
fucking
like shit at
beautiful.
home.
Yeah.
That's where there can be a problem.
Then it can become a problem. You know, then that's how I told you, like once you voice it and there's no changes being made, now you're feeling like you're being disrespected because you already voiced what the problem was. And it's either like you're feeling like, I don't give a fuck. He's like, I don't give a fuck, or I really just don't care.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing, I think, with language too, because you have people that have keywords like universal, everybody's hun, everybody's sweetie, everybody's love.
Yes.
And if you're using a universal term with everybody, I'm not jealous.
No.
Yeah, I know.
say
I
hun
know.
and babe all
I know
the
this
time.
guy that calls everybody babe. And,
So if I know that's a universal term that you just say to everybody because that's you, it's not going to offend me. But if it's a term that
And all
you're
of a
only
sudden-
supposed to use with me and I hear you using it with somebody else, it would be a problem. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
What's also your thoughts on the? I think that video he explained it on that video. A lot of girls will get upset when guys are liking other girls' pics, but they're the same girls that dress provocatively and get a lot of likes from other guys. Do you think? Because he said that if you want your partner to have some kind of discipline, not liking other girls' pics, I think it's both of you guys should not be putting the same amount of content out there that's going to attract a lot of attention.
Mhm.
So what do you guys think about that dynamic? Like, there are girls out there I know who are posting their bodies online, and they're getting up like thousands of likes or hundreds of likes from these guys, but they get upset if the guy's liking like 10 likes from these 10 girls that he follows. Do you think there's an issue there or a contradiction?
I have major contradiction. Like,
Yeah, I
it
feel like
can't be
that's
okay for you
unfair.
to do it, and then it's not okay for somebody else to do
What's
it.
okay for you is okay for them. I always say, like, if it's
Yeah.
okay
Yeah.
for you, it's okay for me.
Yeah, I feel like if she's getting hella likes and then getting mad that he's liking pictures, that's super hypocritical,
I
right?
feel like
Because
it's hypocritical too. But again, it goes back to what type of pictures are you liking and what type of pictures am I putting out?
so let's
You know
say
what I'm
she's
saying?
posting a bikini picture and she's getting thousands of likes, and then he goes and likes the bikini picture and she's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's
see, like,
stupid.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
I don't see, and I wouldn't have a problem with a bikini picture. It's like more the twerking videos for me.
Do you have any twerking videos?
No, yeah, you know what? I
You
have
do.
one. I
Okay,
do.
so-
I do.
And I liked it. No.
Yeah.
So Tiny.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying. Like, it
There's
has
a
to match.
contradiction.
There's a contradiction.
There's a contradiction right there.
Yeah.
You know.
Uh-oh, another one to take home.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Putting me through the ringer.
No, I think in my
I'm
opinion,
just honest though.
yeah, I think when it comes to that, I think we talked about before. I think we should have. I think both men and women, even though we are attracted to different things, but we should have sexual discipline.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think every
And when you go into a
relationship
relationship,
has
yeah,
different boundaries
Yeah.
for every. I think everybody's boundaries should be or are going to be a little bit different
Yeah.
because certain things bothers certain
I
people.
like how you said sexual discipline.
I think, I mean, biologically, there are things
the way you said it
attracted
in the mic.
Yeah. But we do. But I think we do need sexual discipline in a committed
Mhm.
relationship.
Yeah.
If we're committed to each other through a relationship, then that means we're committed to each other sexually.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't give that sexual attention to nobody except our significant
Yes.
other. It doesn't make sense to me if we're in a relationship and she's giving it to somebody else or the guy's giving it to somebody else. That's why we got in a relationship in the first place.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right? You're acting like you're still single.
Yes.
And you're liking another person's pics, then you're kind of hinting to that person
Mhm.
that maybe you like them and they might reach out to you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's causing another risk. So you're causing
Yes.
unnecessary attention and risk in the relationship. That's just the way I
Yes.
see it. And I think for me, the way I see it, and I brought it up in the beginning, where if you want your woman to cover up and dress appropriately, that's the extension of the man. And I think as a man, you should act in a way that's representative of your woman. If you're a good man, then make sure you're not going out there and liking other girls' pics because that looks bad on your woman.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
that's-
So
Yeah.
I think it goes both ways.
Yeah.
So yeah, like if you're to say, oh, that's my wife, I love her, but then everybody else is gonna see that you're liking all these provocative pics, these twerk videos.
Oh, it's super embarrassing because
Yeah.
when I see people in relationships and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, her man's
your
a
man.
fucking dog,
Yeah,
dude.
that's
That's
your
hella
man.
embarrassing. Yeah.
And so
I
think
say that.
it looks bad. It looks bad when the men do it, the women do it. But I think it looks bad when the woman, that your man is out there giving his sexual attention
Mhm.
Yeah.
to pictures that are sexual.
Yeah.
Right. It shows no discipline, and I think for a lot of people, they're like, oh, what's going on with this?
Mhm.
Like you said, if it's not that big of a deal, then why not just scroll by it?
Yeah.
Why can't just looking at it be
Just
satisfying?
be
or-
enough.
Yeah, just
Yes.
let it be enough.
Okay. But yes. What time is it right now?
32.
It's 9:32, so we got 30 minutes more on the podcast. And yeah, you guys are coming for me because I'm not drinking. I'm gonna drink a whole cup for just you guys. For you guys. All right. Ladies, do you guys want some more?
Yes.
Okay. We'll drink just for you guys. You guys are
If you guys want to be talking shit.
you guys are talking ish right now. That we're not drinking enough. So want some, Tiny? There you go.
No, I still have some.
Okay.
Okay, so you want me to hear my honesty? Here's my honesty. My real question is there any alcohol in here? Okay, so this is
No,
what
it
happened.
has the same.
So look at this is what I did. So I put it to my lips and I was like, I didn't ask if there was any alcohol. And that's why when you were asking us, like, what does it taste like? And she's like clean dirt. I was like, yep, like clean dirt.
Well,
Because I'm a liar.
The reason why this is popular among the men in my culture is because it has the same effects of alcohol, even though it is
I
not
knew
alcohol.
I fucking knew it. I knew I was.
Why you were feeling?
No, I didn't want to take a drink because I didn't ask. That's why I agreed with
Yeah.
what she said.
Yeah.
With the-
It tastes like burdock root.
Cheers.
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 Cheers, guys. I promise you. Cheers.
You're good. All right.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I feel like it's gonna I can't be like I'm sober. You know what I mean?
It's fair.
But we're gonna switch over for the last 30 minutes. We do have a public guest that's gonna jump on right now. I see you, Balafest. I'm gonna add him in. I will cut the live stream. So if you want to see this last part of the podcast and this content, this is only gonna be exclusive to the Locals account. All right. So I appreciate you guys. Shout out to everybody in the live chat.
Hey.
All right. What's up, Balafest? Good to see you.
How we doing?
Thank you for jumping on.
Hello.
But appreciate everybody that's watching this right now. Thank you for being part of the live stream. And thank you for all the support. As always, if you watch the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I appreciate everybody that's always been supportive on the live chat. But don't forget, if you want to be part of this, the link is posted on the Locals. You guys get more exclusive content. And also on the Locals, you guys will be able to see the vlogs I do, the pre-show and after show, so you guys can see the behind the scenes, what goes behind the scenes on the podcast. Okay. As always, I appreciate you guys, but I'll see you guys next time. And I'm gonna cut the live stream.